The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 361, being recorded on July the 19th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus, also known as JesusWalksAlot. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief, and the Marrow. Welcome back, Gunny, welcome.
Hey, it's good to be back again.
Hey.
Back in podcast land, back from Vegas. Hot land. How the hell did you live down there, man? That was crazy hot.
It was hot, I bet, dude.
It was like this. It was like driving from the Bay Area, you know, where actually it's like where I'm at here in the North Bay, where it's like it's actually cool in the summer because all that heat gets pushed out into the valley, into IAM's territory, you know? So it gets even hotter down there in Fresno. But man, like once you get to like the valley of like, let's say Sacramento, California, and it's just like, it just never below 100, right? And as you go further down and come around that bend, man, it was like 113, 115.
Really?
Like, and
So-
the Jeep
So
had like,
are you higher than I thought you were lower than fucking IAMs in California.
no, I'm higher. So I'm high left, high coast, you know, on the coast.
What?
Near the coast. Yeah, I'm like 45 minutes from the coast.
What?
Yeah, so it gets like that cool air coming in at night. I don't have to deal with that.
I need to look
heat.
at a California map. What the fuck? No way.
Yeah, so look at Petaluma, California.
What the fuck's
Petaluma.
going on here?
It's 45 minutes from the coast. So we have some of the best weather. No, we don't have air conditioners like over here like you guys do in Oregon.
We
Remember
don't have.
you had even mentioned that yourself. Not you specifically, but apartment complexes, right? Doesn't
Okay.
get too blazing hot. But no, dude, it was like the air conditioner's not the best, even though it is like a 2017 Jeep Rubicon. But man, there was like cars all pulled over on the side of the road, broken down, steam coming out of them.
Dude, you don't need an AC in a Jeep. You just take the fucking top off and drive that motherfucker with no roof.
Yeah, but where do you live? I guess I could have left the roof at home and just drove. Yeah, because it doesn't rain here anymore.
It doesn't rain in Vegas, dude.
It doesn't rain anywhere in California or
if
even
it-
Nevada. Nevada it probably rains, but
Vegas, it'll rain like once or twice a year, and it'll rain for like 2 days straight, and then it'll stop raining for like the entire year.
yeah, I think they had like the wife was checking the weather. She goes, man, she goes, after we left, and then like 3 days later, it was like 90 degrees. It was like considered like almost cool for Vegas standards.
Wow. Yeah, in the middle,
Right? Because it's like
middle of summer
always
like
105
this,
there.
in July like this, they're like it's fucking hot, dude. From May through September, like to October almost. It's fucking hot, like every day. It's just hot. And then at night, the later it gets in the year and the earlier it is, the colder it is at night. So like once it gets to like 10 o'clock, it drops to maybe like 70 degrees, 60. When it's winter time, like in the middle of December or January, then it will drop to like 57, 58.
Damn. It'll get to my temperature. Yeah, it'll get to my July temperatures, right?
Yeah, it's fucking hot down there all year, man. And I remember like, fuck, dude, when I was younger, I used to walk to school and shit. And I remember waking up, and then, you know, school would start at like 7 in the morning or whatever. So you're walking to school at like 6:30 in the morning. And man, like, it would be fucking like 85 degrees outside, like at 6 in the morning. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
then,
that's crazy.
Then it's like 7
6 in
o'clock.
the morning, I'm wearing a jacket.
Yeah, and then you're walking to school and you're like fucking sweating and shit because it's like fucking 95 degrees outside in the morning. You're like, how the fuck is it 90 degrees or 95? Like, it's fucking like 6:45 right now. What the hell's going on, dude? Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was fucking bad, dude. It was bad.
Yeah, but otherwise, it was a good trip, man. It was nice. We stayed there 4 days. And, yeah, back home. Just been chilling, man. Like, just playing games, relaxing. It's been good.
Nice, that's good. That sounds like a lot of fun, dude. So yeah, anyways, welcome back. Mayo is not here today, ladies and gentlemen, but he will be back next week. Anyways, there's no show feedback today, but you can follow us on _Horrible Gamers. Leave us a review on iTunes. Horrible Gamers Podcast Community is our Facebook group. You could join that. It's a closed group, so anything you post in there stays in the group. You can also support the show with the monies over at Patreon at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers, like our friend Leahy the Legendary D, Jason Sams, Robert Noble, Sean Patrick, Chad, Vader Holic, Nada Lives Matter, Henley M, Porchapu, Nipron, Best HGP Host Ever, Adam Sunday, John Jerome, Evan the Grower Not a Shower, Big D Tanaka, Jonathan Titan, Big D Hall, and first HGP Patreon, Bill, still even the biggest D Garner II. Thank you guys for the monies. And also you can support the show by getting yourself some gear over at Redbubble. Just search for Horrible Gamers in the search bar. And in there you could get yourself a nice, I don't know, a nice mug.
If you're down in Vegas, you're going to need several mugs.
A water bottle maybe. Get yourself a nice cell phone case. Maybe some wall art. Maybe an acrylic block or some socks. Or I don't know, whatever fancies you. There's a lot of shit there. Just go get yourself something. Go support the show. Get yourself something and look nice. Yeah. And quick shout out to our friend Phantom for the intro and outro music to the podcast. And let's get talking about video games, Gunny. Video games.
We play those.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we watch movies, right?
Sometimes I work.
Yeah, that too. That sucks.
Sometimes
that's how we pay for these things.
Yeah. Was it last week? Did I watch The Purge? Did I talk about The Purge last week?
I didn't listen to the entire show. I know. Oops. Gunny was with the family, so
I was wondering if I watch
shit off.
Did I watch it last week or the week before? I don't remember. But I went to the theaters. I went to the theater and I watched the stupid Purge movie, the new one. And it was...
How was it? Because the wife said the trailer... We watched the trailer yesterday. And I was like, you just want to watch it? And she goes, it looks kind of, I don't know, lame.
Pretty much. All it is, it's the Purge. So it's pretty stupid in terms of the plot. Of course, another Purge is happening. Because in this world, the NFFA or whatever got reelected. So the first thing they did when they got reelected was you reinstate the Purge. Of course, you have to do that. And then, so it's about this family, this ranch family, a white family in Texas, who lives on this huge ranch or whatever. And they got these Mexican people that work for them or whatever. They're working as their ranch hands or whatever. And I mean, they're from Mexico, they crossed the border illegally, came into the U.S. or whatever, and they're working for these rich white people or whatever that own this ranch. And pretty much, the movie starts off with showing the ranch hands, working for these family or whatever, and the family, one of the guys kind of being racist or whatever towards the Mexican guys working for him or whatever. You know what I mean? He's saying shit like, I don't want my kids to know Spanish. They need to speak English or shit like that. You know what I mean? And
right.
Pretty much the Purge starts, and during the Purge, there's this fucking group of people that are Nazis or whatever, and they're in the Purge. They're trying to clean America or whatever. So pretty much they're trying to kill everyone except for white people. The fucking Nazis. It's pretty much what they're trying to do.
The racist purge? Is that what this is?
This is the racist purge, yes. They're running around and they're capturing black people and Mexicans and shit. They're fucking killing them all, whatever. Just because they're not white. If you're white, you're safe. But if you're not white, you're not safe. No matter what. So they're just executing people, because this is the purge. You could kill people or whatever. But then the next day when everybody's going home, it shows the Mexicans, because it's there's a, these Mexican family you're following in the movie, and then you're following the white family in the ranch, and it shows the Mexican, because they went to this it's like a safe zone or something. Like they paid this money to this guy to get like to go into like this like warehouse where they were going to be protected by like a bunch of guys with guns and shit. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a poor man's protection or whatever. You know, like they paid over like $1,000 or something to go and get protected in this purge house or whatever. So they do, you know, they make it to the night safe. No one breaks in or whatever, which is what you think is going to happen. But no, they make it safe through the night. The purge ends, you know, the sirens go off. And it shows everyone walking home. And it shows, like, you know, like, oh, like the people on the news talking about the purge and, like, how many people participated. And they're talking about the cleanup process. And, like, it shows this guy on TV talking, like he's on the news. He's a news anchor, right? And he's talking about the purge, and he's like, "Oh yeah, last night the NFFA saw a bunch more participation in the purge or whatever. Now it's time for cleanup or whatever." And it just shows somebody puts a gun to his head and fucking shoots him live on TV. And then it's like, the purge never ended. So I was like, what the fuck? Next thing you know, it's like a bunch of all those crazy guys that were together, the Nazi guys that were trying to fucking clean America or whatever, that's what they called it. Pretty much somehow they all planned this plan across the country to never end the purge. So they were just going to kill everyone except for white people in America until they were done killing everyone but white people. So that's what this movie is about. It's pretty much a racist movie. Like all it is white people killing Mexicans and trying to kill all the Mexicans in the country. And the black people and everyone that's not white. But mostly the Mexicans is what it sounds like, because the Mexicans took their jobs. You know, Mexicans took our jobs.
What the hell, man? America.
And that's what this movie's... Literally, this movie's pretty fucking racist. Like, so was me, my brother, and like 4 white dudes that came in, like these like frat guys or whatever from college that came in. And so like there was 4 of them. It was 3 guys and a girl. I'm assuming one of them, the girl, and one of the guys was a couple, and then the other 2 guys were just their friends. And then like another couple came in, probably like in their mid-30s or 40s or whatever, came in, and they also sat kind of next to us. And as soon as like the word beaner and spick came out, they got up and left, dude. Like they're like, fuck, this shit is fucking stupid. Fuck this racist shit. They straight up left. Yeah, they just left, dude. They just like straight up, you just saw them like, it was like the middle of them, like just fucking get up and leave. And the other, like the college kids, like half of them left. The other dude, he turned around and asked me if I heard anything about the movie. I'm like, no, dude, I don't know. I know it's the purge. I don't know what the fuck it's about. He's like, yeah, I hear it's pretty bad. He's like, but, you know, I don't know. He's like, I just hear it's pretty bad. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I've never seen it, you know? And yeah, it was a pretty stupid fucking movie overall. I mean, it's a purge movie, but it was really fucking dumb. Like, it was the other purge movies were kind of dumb. This, like, they didn't know what to do with this one, you know? Like, where do we go? Oh, let's make it about racism.
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
Yeah,
they probably wanted to release it last year, but yeah. This is a better year to release it.
Let's make this shit about racism. How about we do that this time around? Yeah, so pretty much in the movie, since the purge is never ending, it turns out that Canada and Mexico, somehow they both agreed to open their borders without any conditions for like 6 hours or something each. And they're going to give refuge to any American citizen that goes to the border, you know what I mean? To hide from the fucking crazy purgers or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, they're like, oh, if you can make it to the border of Mexico or Canada, they'll give you refuge without any questions. And, you know, until the U.S. government regains control or whatever. And so, yeah. And somehow...
We're coming up, man. We're coming up to you.
Wait, what?
Protect us.
Oh, yeah. You're kind of cutting out there, Gunny. But yeah, anyways.
I said Leahy's going to protect us up in Alberta.
I'm going with Big Ryan. Big Ryan
over in Ontario? Okay.
Ryan, I'm going with Ryan is, yeah, fuck yeah. Anyways, but yeah, this movie's fucking dumb. And then the meeting, like in the whole beginning of the movie, there's like this Native American guy, right? Like on the news, like on CNN and shit. And he's talking about like, the purge is bad, man. Like yeah, all you guys do is breed hate, man. Like, why can't y'all just be happy? And the purge is just nothing but evilness. And like, you guys should not participate in the purge. The purge is bad. And like, who the fuck is this? And then it like showed like his name on the news, like he was supposed to be some big fucking like, I don't know, some dude. He's obviously Native American though, right? And then like somehow during the fucking purge movie, these guys that are leaving to Mexico run into this Native American guy. Somehow they run into him in the fucking middle of nowhere, like in the city of El Paso or something. They run into this guy, and he's like, hey man, the border just closed, but I know a secret way to cross the border. Me and my peoples use this fucking trail or whatever, you know, that the American government couldn't build a wall over the mountain, so we used this secret trail. And yeah, I could show you, man. So they got this like Indian Native American guy just fucking escorting all these white people to safety. And then he defends them from the other crazy white people that are chasing them. Yeah. Oh, because I didn't tell you that the ranch hands saved the white family. So the white family all of a sudden is not racist anymore because they got saved by their Mexican workers. You know, because the Forever Purge started the next day after the purge was over. So the Mexican guys were just going to work. And one of the other white guys that was one of the other ranch hands or whatever, he was part of the crazy Nazi motherfuckers or whatever, you know. So his plan was, I'm going to kill my rich boss and take over his land. So that was his plan. His plan of like cleaning America or whatever was killing his boss because his boss was rich and white. And also because his boss hired Mexicans. He was like, I don't like you because you hired Mexicans and because you're rich and fuck you because you're rich. Pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a weird it was a real like, so like, and then like, in the entire movie, like it shows like the American government or like whatever, I'm sure it's the American government, the NFFA or whatever, deploying like the fucking military into the cities or whatever. And somehow, like, the fucking crazy Nazi dudes, somehow they defeated the military. I'm like, how?
Yeah, right. We didn't see this last year with the good old boys when they came up to the Capitol building, did we?
Like, how the fuck do you do? How do you defeat the military? You just don't defeat the U.S. military. Like, there's no, in my head, there's just no fucking logical way that a bunch of crazy fucks with, like, fucking AR-15s and shit are gonna defeat a fucking National Guard platoon with fucking tanks and helicopters and jets and fucking drones and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. You got thermal scopes and snipers.
How are you gonna defeat a tank, Gunny? Okay, tell me. You're a civilian fighting a war. How are you gonna defeat a tank?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm going to go run and hide from that thing, like I would do in Battlefield.
There's a fucking...
Oh, shit, tank, guy behind the building.
There's an Abrams tank coming at you. What are you going to do? Park a semi-truck in front of it? Okay, that might slow it down for like, I don't know, 10 seconds that it takes for it to run through it. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, or even like one of those Black Hawk helicopters. Like, yeah, you're not going to get away from that thing.
No.
Not going to happen.
No. Yeah, but somehow in this movie, the Nazis attack the military base and the military withdraws from Texas because they're like, oh, we can't defeat these guys. They've taken over. This would never happen in real life, but I guess you never know, right, Gunny? You never know. If people are crazy enough, I guess.
If I can tie this into video games, look, State of Decay, maybe, Then again, why wasn't there tanks in that game? Interesting.
That's the first thing the military would use against zombies is a tank. I would.
That's what I would use. Yeah.
They can't get in there, And
it's not like we just gave somebody an idea. I want a zombie apocalypse game with tanks.
And it's like, tanks are really unstoppable, man. Like, what do you think a bunch of fucking people standing in the middle of the road? But think about, like, how many zombies do you think it would take to slow down a tank? To like really stop it in its tracks, like it cannot go forward or backwards? How many?
Yeah, it would take at least 50 if they were all stacked up.
If it, I would way more than 50, Gunny. I would think it would take thousands, probably 10,000, something like that. It would have to be so many people that so many body parts and shit get stuck in the tracks that the tracks get broken or something. But even then, those things are built to go over like going to buildings and shit, Gunny. Okay, those things are built to go over cars and shit. You think a bunch of bodies are gonna stop that? All a body is
so many.
You know, a body, all it is fucking skin and water and like a little bit of bones. Shit ain't gonna stop tank.
Doubtful. Yeah.
Maybe the power of love will stop a tank.
You're right. You halt right there. No violence. Boom.
But yeah, it was pretty stupid. All right, but I watched it.
I like The Last Purge. The last movie was really good.
Which was the last one?
I thought the last one that I saw was.
What's the last one?
When they go, the guy he's not like, I don't think he's super rich, but he had like all the cameras and alarms on his house, and he had his family, and he puts the house in lockdown mode, like all the windows get automatically barred.
That's the first Purge. That's the first one, Gunny.
Damn. Okay, I'm a little behind.
You're a little behind. Okay, the second one is about this. The second one's about it. It's like I think that one is based in like New York or something. But this is like that was the second movie is the first Purge where like they're kind of testing the Purge out. So they're kind of like doing it in like some part of New York, some island or something, where they're gonna quarantine the island. And they're paying the people like, hey, Gunny, okay, you live in this island, right? And Gunny, the government comes to your door and they tell you, hey, Gunny, okay, we know your house is in this island that's going to be purged. So we're here to offer you a $10,000 check for you to stay on the island during the purge. Are you taking it, Gunny?
10,000. I don't know. You know, if I have a good fortified home, I'd stay.
For 12 hours, nothing can stop the crime. So yeah, that's the second movie. That one was actually pretty good because it kind of shows how they kind of manipulated it. You know what I mean? Like they actually send like people out with guns themselves, and like they actually send like a fucking paramilitary group in to like kill people and shit. You know, like the government manipulated the purge to make it seem like more people were participating than it really was. Because at first, all it was a bunch of people just partying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone was just getting high and drinking and shit, but they actually let out like a few psychopaths from like the prison and shit, and like into that part and told them go kill people. Like it's cool, you can kill whoever you want. You're not gonna get in trouble. Just go kill as many people as you want. And some of those crazy fucks were like, hell yeah, you know, like I want to kill everyone. Right. Yeah, and they released these people to like different parts of the city or whatever, and so that was the second movie, and then. The show is actually pretty good. I actually watched the TV show on whatever channel it's on. But I watched it on Hulu, I think. And the show is actually pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, the first season is pretty good.
Okay, I didn't know there was a show on it, based on it.
Yeah, there's a show based on it. And yeah, that was pretty good, actually. Because the first season... It's about, like, this whole lady and her boss or whatever, and all this shit going on between her boss and, like, her workers and her coworkers and shit. And then there's another season about this guy and his sister and him trying to, like, protect his sister, and his sister goes off or whatever, like, does some crazy shit, and they're all fucking... He's trying to, like, find her during the whole night. It's a pretty cool show. Enough Purge talk.
You know what I did see, Jesus? Since you saw a movie, I saw a movie. It was The Quiet Place 2.
Oh, how was that?
Well, I thought it was really good. It was pretty much action, and the story kept going the entire time. Wow. I really enjoyed it. I think you'll like it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out too because I really liked the first one. I'll have to check out the second one.
I can easily tell, like, from watching that first one to the second one, that I can tell with the second one where I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see how this would have been in like a really good book to listen to on Audible. I don't know if those exist, or if that book exists, but I can easily tell it was the way it was written. It was written really well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I recommend it. Good ending.
Nice. But yeah, besides all that, what else have I done this week? So I watched that and did all that. Oh, so I did play some games, Gunny. Of course, last week we talked about how on Tuesday that new Red Dead Redemption 2 Blood Money update was coming out. I, of course, went and downloaded that the day it came out. Pretty good. It's a pretty good update. So, pretty much they've added some heist missions to the online mode. These heist missions consist of either like, all right, first mission, you're going to go and interrogate this guy. So you go and beat him up or whatever. And then you got to go attack this group of people, take whatever map or something they have, bring it back, and then come back for the next part. Then you like wait a little bit, then you have to go back, and then you get the next mission. It's like, oh, now you got to go fucking do whatever and kidnap these people or whatever. And then question them. So you go do that part, and then the next person's like, okay, now you gotta go rob this fucking farmhouse or whatever. There's a Capitale there. And you go.
Capitale.
You go there and you go rob some Capitale. Yeah. And yeah. And then pretty much that's the entire fucking base of that is you go through, you do the missions, you get some Capitale. And then the Capitale is used to actually do bigger heists. So you have to have so much Capitale to use to like enable these larger heists. And we actually ended up meeting this guy named George H. Wells. Okay, that was his rock star name was George H. Wells, and he had a mic and we had a mic, because we're on Discord. But we started talking to him via game. We all got into game chat, and we all started running missions together. Me, him, Brink, and Leahy, and pretty much we ran missions for like a good solid hour or two, or more even. And we ended up doing one of those big heist missions, and we died a lot. I mean, it's just people kept fucking up, like first we didn't know what we were doing, so we just got in there, and then we all died or whatever. Train took off on us. We couldn't catch up to it. We all fucking got killed. And then the second time, okay, we figured out, okay, we could get on the train by doing this, but then people were dying because they were trying to jump on the train while it was moving, and it was killing them. So it was like 1,000 cops there. It was pretty bad. So then we ended up figuring it out, and then we got to a point where we died, but someone had grabbed the bag of money and taken off of the train, and that triggered like a new checkpoint for us. So instead of restarting the mission, we triggered a checkpoint, and boom, we started at the checkpoint. And the checkpoint was pretty much like, oh, escort this guy with the Capitale to the safe house or whatever. So you run with this guy. There's cops spawning everywhere in the trees and shit, and you got to kill him, and then you get to the safe house, and then you earn some Capitale, and then that's it. Yeah, pretty much.
Blood money.
Yeah, these missions, they don't pay a lot to some people, but for some people they pay a lot more. Like, for example, that one mission we did with that George H. Wells, that super long mission. That mission actually paid us, well, I earned like $150 off of it, $125 off of it. Where, whatchamacallit, like Brink got like $15. So I don't know how the fuck did Brink only get $15 and I got like 100 and something or whatever. So I don't know how that works.
Were you the posse leader or
no?
How does that are there booster packs in this game? Is that a possibility too? I thought of.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Get extra cash or extra XP or.
I don't fucking know. Maybe. I don't know. I know I bought a season pass battle thingy. That may be why. But even then,
that makes sense because I think Leahy? I think I was playing with him as well, and you weren't on at the time because I know when I came back from vacation, I had just bought this online, the online version on Steam for $10.
Yeah.
So it's funny, it uses the launcher, but the launcher it's $20. So just go buy it on Steam. And of course, I own it on Xbox, but just the online edition's $10. Well worth it for sure. Getting all those frames, man.
Definitely.
So I went to like a best settings things, Jesus, and they had I haven't really tested it out for all different times of the day, but I was getting, like, if I just started it up vanilla, I was only getting like 47 frames on a 1070 Ti without overclocking or anything. But I did get it up to, it runs between that 59 and 65 or something. So a lot better than 47, in 1440p. So it definitely, even my son's like, oh man, that looks kind of real. Like when you're playing that versus an Xbox version on, a big TV, definitely see that double frames from a 30 to 60.
Yeah, so pretty much what happened, I've been playing with DLSS performance mode. I'm still only getting, I was still only getting below 60, man, with everything on Ultra, so I had to knock down some settings. There are some settings in there that really make a huge difference. Reflection qualities, water reflections, a few other ones. I didn't knock down the textures, but I knocked down a few of the other settings, like not long shadows, but shadow detail, and some of the grass detail, some of the shit like that. I had to knock down just a little bit, and once I did that, like my performance went from being below 60 FPS, like at 55, to above 60, like well above. So I'm like usually hovering around anywhere between 80 to 110 FPS. So it just stays in between there. I am playing on my monitor, so it's a 1440p. But yeah.
Yeah, it's talking about an update that actually came out, I think, was it yesterday or today? For DLSS. It talks about the game Ready Driver provides support for the newest title updates, including the latest game updates for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Chernobyl Lite, which introduces NVIDIA DLSS technology. There's probably some more gritty details in here on Red Dead Redemption 2, but yeah, check your update. Check your NVIDIA drivers.
But yeah, besides all that, so yeah, I gotta check that. But anyways, so I play a lot of that shit. So Red Dead Redemption 2 has been a blast. I feel like I'm going through the Battle Pass thing or whatever the fuck it's called. I think it's called a Criminal Pass. Going through all that pretty quickly. I'm on level 15 already, and it's only 25 levels. So
nice.
And
getting up there.
It costs 25 gold bars to get, but you actually get them all back if you complete it. So it's one of those situations where, hey, you got to pay this much to get in, but we'll give you that back if you complete it or whatever.
That's cool.
It has to be completed before August 9th, I believe. That's when the shit will reset or something, and they'll add a new one, or I don't know what they're going to do. But anyways, played some Red Dead Redemption 2. Haven't played any more of Ratchet & Clank or Mass Effect. I haven't really touched my PS5 this week, but I actually went and played... what else? I actually played Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, you did. You streamed some of that, too.
I did stream some of it. I streamed it on the Discord. So I was playing in the general chat, and I pretty much fucking just streamed it there. And yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club.
What did you think, huh? What did you think? It seemed like you were having a blast with what you were playing.
It's not a... What is it? It's not really...
It's a text adventure? I don't know. What is this?
It's not really like a fucking game. It's just like, well, whatever, dude. Like you fucking... I don't know, man. You whatever. You fucking... You play it.
Right.
But you don't
just
really
go through
play it.
the story, right? Click. A lot of clicking enter. Is that... I mean, is that what I'm getting from this? And then... There were some choices to make. Or was it just a sequence of choices so far?
See, that's what I'm not 100% sure on. I mean, I know that you're reading the whole time, so you're just reading what's going on. It's pretty much a story about you being in high school and your friend, she's whatever, some anime-looking girl. She's your like best friend, childhood friend or something, and she's going to school with you, and starts off when you guys are already in school. You're like senior year in high school or something. It is high school, I think. And
yes.
Yeah, she's wanting you to join this club because she says that you're too antisocial and too, you stay indoors too much. You're pretty much like a fucking gamer or something. I don't know, right? You're some fucking nerd.
Dweeb.
You're a fucking nerd that stays home too much. So
Plays video games in your mom's basement.
yes, you're playing video games in your mom's basement. You're staying home too much, and she's like, "Bitch, I need you to join this motherfucking club with me." So you do, and you go to the club, and you meet these other girls. There's like a tall girl, there's a short girl. She's like the freshman, and there's like this other girl who's like the president of the club. And they tell you like, hey, you know, they all have kind of. You realize real quick that they all have different types of like likes. They all have different personalities. Like, one's into cute shit. Like, she's like, you know what I mean? Like the younger one, she's into like cute shit. Like, I don't know, like she likes fucking cute shit. But she's also into like manga and shit like that. You know, anime and shit. You know. Then you find out that the other one, she's into like, she's real quiet, but she's like into dark shit. She's into like fucking like horror and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? You know, it doesn't, like, okay, like, I can kind of see that or whatever. And then, like, you find out, like, oh, the president of the club, she's, like, all about, she's, like, this really popular girl that used to be in any other club. She could be, like, in any club in the school because she's that popular. But she decided to make her own club, this club, because she wanted to prove that she could make her own club without being part of another club. You know what I mean?
Wasn't she the athletic type?
Yeah, she's, like, some athletic type, like super popular rich girl or whatever, right? Like super fucking, you know the type, Gunny. Okay, you went to high school. No, she's not emo. No, she's not emo. No, she's like rich, fucking. She's a rich bitch from the fucking hills. She's a valley girl. Yeah, she's a valley girl. Her friends, you know, are all popular. Okay, she's popular. You know, her parents have paid for her gymnastic classes since she was like 3 years old, right? Her dad works for Apple. He's a fucking executive or something. All right, that's who she is, okay? You got her. But she's not really stuck up. She's like kind of like cool about it, you know? She's like, fuck those bitches. I'm doing my own thing, you know? Even though, like, I got her made, I'm kind of doing my own thing. So you got that. And then you got, like, your friend who's, like, this fucking, like, weird fucking girl. Like, you're like, is she fucking, like, dumb? Like, is she dumb? What the hell's wrong with her? Like,
I used to call it ditzy. I don't know if that's
she is kind of ditzy, kind of like, oh, look at me.
She's very bubbly though, very
bubbly, very nice. But she does a lot of dumb shit, and you're like, okay, like, how the fuck did you get through life, dude? Like, you're always bumping your head on shit or fucking very naive and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the way to put it.
Yeah, she's very naive. She doesn't realize like in the game, a lot of situations you're put into a lot of situations with her where like you're flirting with her. Or it's almost like the two characters are flirting, and you're reading this and you're like, okay, like normal people don't fucking do this. Like, what the hell are they flirting with each other? What the hell's going on here? Like, because there's a whole sequence in the game where there's not a sequence. You don't really do anything. You're just reading about it, but you're standing with her in a class in the fucking, you know, at the club or whatever after school, because all this happens after school. So you're like, nobody's in school but you guys, and you're in this fucking club or whatever. And so it's like you and these girls, and they pretty much write poems, and you got to write your own poem, and they kind of criticize you on your poem. The words you choose for your poem, because you have a preset list of words, there'll be like 10 words on the page. You got to pick one word out of that page, and then the page will flip, and you pick another word. Now, at the end of the day, you don't see what the fuck your poem came out like, but based on each word you pick, it'll influence like which girl will like you more. So it's almost like you're trying to get the girl that you like the most to like you the most, you know, to like your poem the most, I guess, because that apparently will influence how they perceive you or how much they like you at the end of the day, you know. So it was really difficult for me to guess like what the fuck they would like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes I would click on a word thinking, okay, this girl's gonna like this for sure because she's into horror.
Because I think, doesn't the girl, like, she'll kind of jump up and down or whatever on the page?
Yeah. Like, it's like, you see the three little like cartoony looking drawings of these girls on the page, and they'll like hop up and down.
There's a reaction, right? Yeah. There's a reaction.
There's a reaction to each one. The ones that are like they look kind of like they don't look happy and they're not smiling, that means that you're not in favor of them. This poem is going more in favor to the one that's smiling and jumping around and shit. And each time you click a word and you click it and it's done, you can't go back. Like the one that liked that will jump up and down. And you're like, oh, fuck, I thought the other one was going to like it. Why the fuck is this one liking it? And that kind of happened to me. So, first poem that I wrote or whatever. Fucking writing poems. So, God, what the hell have I gotten into?
You're into that literature. I know it.
First poem that I wrote, my friend, the girl that's your best friend or whatever, like I think her name is Sayori, she liked it the most. So then, you go back to class the next day or to club or whatever, and you show them the poem, and you got to click, okay, who do you want to show the poem to first? So they has a list of the girls' names, and you pick one, and they all judge you based on your poem. And obviously the girls that do not like the words you picked because you know they don't like them, they'll kind of criticize it for real. They'll be like, oh, this shit lacks fucking composure. Like, doesn't make any fucking sense. You suck at writing poems. This is fucking trash. Kill yourself. And then this other fucking...
They don't say that, but
The next girl will be like, oh, like, this kind of is really good. This other girl will be like, oh, no. Then Sayori will be like, oh, this is amazing. The best fucking poem I ever read. I love it. And you're like, oh, well, no shit, because you obviously like the shit that I picked in it. But that's how it goes. So far, I'm about, I want to say 85 minutes into it. So about an hour and a half into it. It's about 4 to 8 hours long. Okay, I don't want any spoilers. I know that people have beaten it around in the community, and they're saying that it really, like Nipon says, it really has fucked with them. So I look forward to seeing how this ends. I'm actually going to finish it tonight after the show. So I really want to know how this thing turns out, because right now it seems like it's all fine and dandy, Gunny. I'm just hanging out with these girls. They're all kind of cute, and they're all like trying to get your attention or whatever, and they're all acting kind of like flirty with you. I don't know if it's because you're the only.
Yeah, and even like I don't think this is a spoiler, but not even for you, Jesus, because you played through this part. But I even enjoyed the part where it wasn't Seniori or whatever her name was. It was the other two girls, and they were arguing with each other.
Yeah.
But it seemed like normal, sort of,
like real life arguments. You're like, what the fuck?
Like girls would
yeah, like they would do in real life. Girls. Yes, exactly. Like the writing is actually really well done, and like I know it's just reading, and you're just reading the story. This game is actually written really, really well. Like the perspective that they put you in, when even when you're in the awkward situations, you're like, "Fuck, should I have done that?" Like your character tells himself, "Man, should I really have done that? Or is this girl flirty with me? Or like did I, what do I do now? Like, do I flirt back with her? Do I, and like sometimes your character will flirt back with them, or sometimes like shit like that is going on.
I think I like the direction of this game because there is no other thing to sidetrack you in this game. You don't talk in a third person way. It's all sort of direct. I like that. It's cool. I enjoy what I watched.
Yeah, and it's very bubbly music. Like I'm having a blast here. Like I'm just chilling with my friends at the club. They're all hot, and even like your character says that like, okay, I'm not really into literature, but like, when else am I going to get a chance to hang out with, like, 4 hot girls and there's no other guys around to compete with me? You know what I mean? Like, when the fuck is that ever going to happen to me in, my life? You know what I mean? Like, there's no other guys around, and it's me and 4 hot girls, and they all want my attention. Never, dude. Yeah. Get the fuck in there. I would have joined that club in high school for sure. You know what I mean?
Right. You're gonna have your best chum coming over, Jesus. Get me in this club, Jesus. Huh?
Fuck you,
What's
man.
it gonna take, man?
Club is full, buddy. yeah. Fucking your best buddy Mayo trying to get in the club.
Your friend Signori, huh? She's hot, bro. Get me in that club.
Fucking have my friend Mayo showing up with this Camaro trying to get in the club. Like, sorry, Mayo, I can't let you in the club, Mayo.
Mayo, come over there. I read a book once.
I like poems.
Always wanted to do that, ladies. You want to ride in my car?
You want to ride? Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
pulling up in the fucking Camaro trying to one-up me and shit, bro. No, see, I ain't doing that, man. I ain't letting my friends in the club. These girls are all for me, okay? They're all gonna be grabbing my attention, Gunny. God damn it, you, okay?
They're gonna be fighting and arguing over you.
Yes.
Just you.
You gotta write the poems to make them all like you. Okay, I gotta adjust my poem writing here to make them all like me. Okay? But it's really weird because, like, the girls that can like you, it's only the three other girls. The president chick, the popular one, she's not on the list of liking you. Like, when you're writing the poem, she's not on the page. It's only the three other characters that are on the page that you can see jumping up and down. So I'm assuming with her, it's like, she's like off the books or something. I don't know. You know, like she's off limits. I don't understand that part. Because it's like, okay, you guys are all in the same fucking school. You're all in the same grade. What's going on here? You know what I mean? Like, just because she's the president, you can't mess with her or something? I don't know. Like, I don't understand, Gunny. But it's very, very weird looking, like, very just fucking weird game that's kind of well written, and it's not what I expected at all. Let's be honest. It is not what I expected when I heard Doki Doki Literature Club. I was like, okay, I don't really know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this, and I'm liking the story, okay? I'm not a weeb, Gunny, but I'm kind of a weeb right now because of this shit.
You are a weeb, especially this week. When you streamed that on Discord,
this is some waifu
you were
material.
in weeb mode.
I was totally in fucking weeb mode. This is some waifus. All the waifus in this fucking game, okay? You know, Tragic would be proud of me right now, okay? He loved the waifus. He was a weeb. I'm doing this for him right now, okay? Like,
he would come back on a special episode just to talk about
just talk about this weeb shit, okay? He probably knows all about this fucking game. He probably played it 10 times already. It's like, I know all the secrets, Jesus. These are all the words they like.
I know all the best endings to this game.
I know all the words they like, Jesus. Which one do you want to like you the most? I know the words. I know all the possible combinations. Yeah, so it's kind of it's an alright game. It's free though, too. That's kind of surprising. There is a
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yes, there is a $10 fucking like super fan pack. I don't even know what it gives you. Like,
probably a soundtrack, like most games.
Yeah, I think it's a soundtrack. And the music in this game is kind of like not bad. It's like Nintendo bubbly music. You know what I mean? Like when
it does say free. Nice.
Yeah. Super
Flame right now. Downloading right on Steam.
Oh. This game is actually on everything. It's on the Switch. And PS4 and PS5. Not on the Xbox. On the lame box.
Too hot for Xbox.
It's too hot for Xbox. But not on Switch. You can play this shit on Switch and weeb all you want on the Switch. Yeah. I'm gonna weeb all over that Switch. Yeah. But yeah, when you're playing this game, expect to see a lot of schoolgirl outfits. So like, this is like based in Japan, so like they're wearing the little skirts and the vest, and like they look like schoolgirls, like a Japanese schoolgirl looks like.
I didn't see any nudity that I saw.
There's no nudity, but there's a lot of suggestive poses.
Okay.
They're all kind of like flirty poses, and the skirts are kind of flying everywhere, you know, like oh, okay, this is some total waifu shit, okay, like, yeah. Like today, one of the characters I was playing with, it was Sayori, actually. You went with her to like this other classroom to find some supplies, Gunny, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's where we left off.
Oh, yeah, and she
left me hanging on that stream.
Well, let me tell you. I played a little bit after this, okay, Gunny? So like a few minutes, like 5 minutes after this. So you don't know what happened, but what happened was we went into the classroom, and she hit her head on the closet because I told her to like hurry up or something. She hit her head on the front, her forehead on the closet, and then when they showed her on the floor, she of course was laying like sitting there with like her legs spread open, like kind of looking up. You're like, oh, what are you doing, Sayori? What Hey, why are you suggesting? Why are you sitting like that? Come on, sit like a normal person would. Why are you sitting like this? What is going on right now? And yeah, it was very suggestive, Gunny. I'm just saying.
Oh, yes. Okay, I see where you're going.
You know, like this stuff is in this game. You know, there is. Yeah, this game is kind of a weird game. Like I said, so far nothing bad to say about it. I like it. There's no. But this game does say it's not suitable for children, Gunny, or those who are easily disturbed. So if you're easily disturbed, okay, trigger warning. I don't know what the trigger warnings are. Just if you're easily disturbed, whatever the fuck that means. And if you're a child, you should not fucking play this, okay?
Yeah, that's what my son told me about a year ago. I don't know if he played it or his friends were talking about the game. You know, so my son's 15 and his friends are around that same age, you know, or they were that 12, 13 at the time, but yeah. I don't know, maybe if somebody bought it for him, but he's like, yeah, there is like a trigger warning in there. I do remember that.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very neat looking game. Very fun. I mean, you're just clicking. So very... Okay, so you know what I'm going to do tonight? So the other night, I went out with my foster parents. And that of all the people in the world, I went out with my foster parents. I had a fucking shit face, Gunny. I was gone, dude. Okay, like I was fucking gone, dude. My foster parents, they're not foster parents anymore. They retired, you know, like from that shit. Mm-hmm. They're like older now, you know. And it's really funny, you know, because like my real parents, like my mom and dad, you know, they're both passed away, but it's hilarious seeing these, you know, I wonder if my parents would have actually been like this, because these guys, they were so uptight with me when they were fucking in foster care, you know, like, they were super, like, straight edge. I rarely saw them drink. I rarely saw them, like, they didn't smoke. None of that shit, you know what I mean? Like, super straight edge, you know, all this shit, you know, follow all these fucking rules and shit, right? Clean the house, do this, you got chores, you got fucking shit to do outside, you know? Mow the lawn on every fucking Sunday or whatever the fuck. Shit like this, you know? And, man, nowadays, dude, they fucking grow weed in their backyard. They got like weed.
What the hell happened to them?
They got like weed.
Loosened up a bit, didn't they?
They got like weed plants growing in their backyard. And like Gunny, it's right next to the fence. And the fence is like the fence to the high school football field. So there's like a fucking track right there. like nice. the fucking high school football field is right there. Like there's a chain link fence and there's the weed plant. So like they fucking laugh because they say they'll be like seeing the high school kids running track or whatever, like running on PE, and you just see them walk by and they just look at the weed plants like, holy shit, there's a weed plant right there.
Foster dad's out there with a big old blunt. What's up?
What's up,
Keep
kids?
running, boy. Don't even look at my plants.
I just find it hilarious, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck you guys went from fucking being so uptight to growing fucking weed in your backyard? What the fuck? Oh, man. It's hilarious. And then, like, they're just super chill now, you know what I mean? Like, super laid back and super, like, whatever the fuck, you know? I don't give a shit, you know? like you want to drink, the other day I showed up, like, you want a beer? And they gave me a beer, right? We started off with that. And then, like, you know, I was just visiting, you know? And when some of their friends showed up, and these are people that I haven't seen in, like, since I lived with them, like, 11 years ago, you know? I'm like, oh, fuck, Jesus, you know? They're like, oh, wow, how you been, you know? And they're, like, friends of the family, so they stayed friends, I guess, for this whole time. And, like, they became, like, best friends now and shit. And, like, they're like, oh, you guys want to go out to dinner? Let's go to this fucking, like, it's like a cider house restaurant place. So then we go, right? And it's like 7:30, and then, man, like, we have to wait like half an hour. But as soon as we get there, the waiter recognizes them because they apparently go there like every other day. All right? This is what old people do, Gunny. They go to the same fucking cider house every other day, and, like, they drink and shit. So, like, this dude, literally, we're not even sitting down yet, and he's coming out with, like, the drinks. And, like, he knows what they want. He's like, okay, this is for you, this is for you. And then they introduce me to him, and then I give him a fucking IPA, or then they start me off with an IPA. So we're sitting there, we're waiting. So while we're waiting, I drink that. We get seated, I switch over to some ciders that they have at the no, I get another IPA, finish that, and then I switch over to a cider during my meal. You know, like, okay, I'm gonna drink a cider. And then they convinced the waiter that it's my birthday, and I told them my birthday was like a month ago, dude. Yeah. And they're like, no. They're like, it's his fucking birthday. They're all fucking being, you know, they're like being super loud and not like a fucking like rambunctious. Like, they're just like, we're like the loudest table in the fucking place. You know what I mean? Like, we're just laughing, fucking having a blast, and we're all drinking and shit. And so, what happens when the waiter, like, he's like, is it really your birthday? And I was like, well, it was like a month ago, you know, but they're just giving you shit. Like, don't worry about it. Well, he comes out with like a double shot of Patron and shit. He's like, here you go.
Totally.
Happy birthday. I'm like, holy fuck, okay. So
yeah.
Here I am. I take this shot, you know, this double shot. It's a pretty fucking big glass of like a Patron. He's like, yeah, some Patron. I was like, all right, fuck it. Tequila, let's go. Boom, dude. Dude, Gunny, man. I drink like another, I think I drink another cider and maybe two more. And then it was like closing time, right? We had to close down the place. So it closes down. It's 10 o'clock. And I'm thinking to myself, I work tomorrow. What the fuck?
Shit.
What the fuck am I doing? I work at like 8:30 in the morning. And like, well, we're going back home. And then out of nowhere, my fucking mom, my foster mom, she was like, let's go to the casino. And me, having been drinking, I'm like, cool, let's go to the casino. And so here we are.
Decisions when I'm drunk. Yeah, let's go.
So here we are driving like
that money.
An hour out of town, completely the opposite direction from where I live. So now I'm like 2 hours away from home. We're in this casino at this Indian reservation. We're at the fucking casino, and I'm fucking just like I'm walking out of the car. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's like cooled down. You know, like it's not cold outside, but it's cool. But you don't feel it when you're drunk. But when that cold air hits you, when you step out of a car, out of a house, and the cold air hits you after a party and you've been drinking, you feel the alcohol, right? So I'm feeling the alcohol on the way into the casino. Right? I get in there, fuck it up, a couple $100, pull them out of the ATM. I go gamble. I win a couple $100 on my first $20. I lose it all, and then I proceed to lose the rest of my money. And I'm like, God damn it! I fucking lost all my money. What the fuck? I lost this all. It's been like fucking an hour, and I lost all this money. What the fuck happened? So like, I'm like, whatever. Fuck this shit. I'm not losing any more money. And I'm like, okay, just maybe $20 more. So I go pull $20 more out. I lose that pretty quickly, like in fucking 5 minutes. I'm like fucking like.
What
drunk.
do you play now? Are you playing nickels, quarters? What's your poison?
I'm playing whatever. I'm just drunk. I'm just fucking walking up to a machine, putting a $12 bill in. I'm like, fucking 20 lines. Press the button. It's spinning. It's do-do-do-do-do, just making all this fucking noise. It's all made by Konami. All these machines are Konami made.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the...
They said fuck video games, huh?
They all look like video games. Like, all these screens are like huge screens, you know? Like, literally, like, there's like there were a few machines that were like those, like, old school, like, pull the reel spins, or there's a few of those in there. But literally, I would say, like, probably 90% of the machines in this casino are like these huge fucking TV screens. Like, I'm talking these big fucking screens. And like, just like fucking everything's made by Konami. All of them were made by Konami. And they're all like...
Isn't it Bali, Konami? Yeah, those guys. And I know, because I was in the casino, and everything's like... It's like... They're like video games nowadays, you know? Almost.
Yeah. And it's all like licensed shit, too. Oh, this is the fucking Wizard of Oz machine. Like, what the fuck? When the fuck?
Theme-based, yeah.
When the fuck did they make a Wizard? This is the Shark Tank machine. Like, what the fuck? The Shark Tank? I watched Shark Tank. Let's play that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the fucking, they even had, like, just random, like, they have different fucking machines, but they're all based on, like, something like you knew, like a Johnny Cash. This is his machine.
I played the lamest one, Jesus. I played the lamest one. While I was in Vegas, it was like the Dierks Bentley machine, this country singer.
It
was like
they had a bunch of those.
When you got all the fucking fruit or the sevens or whatever, it was doing that thing, redneck. Like, okay. And then it's talking about, you want to change the song, you just change the song. You know, like, yeah, it was like trying to keep me hooked, you know?
Yeah, it was yeah. So then I'm fucking wasted, right? I waste all my money, and then I find them. And then of course, my foster mom, she was like, "Oh, I'm not done gambling yet." I'm like, "Okay, well then, all right, we'll just wait for you." So where do we wait at the bar? Oh, best place to wait.
Good choice.
So next thing you know, we're at the bar, right? And we're just ordering beers and we're drinking, and man, I don't know how much time passed, but now it's like 1:30 in the morning, and I realized, holy fuck, I gotta be at work in like 7 hours. So I told my dad, I'm like, yo, dude, I gotta go home. Like, okay, dude. I got into their car because they were driving. We go down the highway. I fucking passed out. All I remember is waking up and waking up, not even getting out of their car. I just remember like I was walking towards my car when I woke up. Okay, I'm walking towards my car, and my dad is like, "Yo, I'm gonna drive you home, dude. You're fucking wasted." I'm like, "Cool, okay," and like. All I remember is I had this growler with me because I bought this fucking growler at the cider house, like this fucking big ass growler thing. I bought it at the cider house because the fucking cider was good. I was like, fuck yeah, I want a growler. So I bought it. And I carrying this fucking growler with me, dude. I get in the passenger seat and I put on my seatbelt and all I remember is he took a left turn, and all I remember is waking up and being in my driveway, like pulling into my house. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, this is where you live, right? I'm like, yeah. Because they never been to my house. I'm like, how the fuck did he find my house, dude? I don't even know. I don't even know how he found it.
You pulled your driver's license out of your back pocket. Aha.
I don't know how.
Could have robbed you, man.
I don't even know how he found it, dude. Like, he found my house somehow. I have no idea how he found it, but he said that I was pretty fucking drunk. He was like, dude, you were snoring so loud. He's like, you were just fucking snoring. He's like, we took a video of you snoring. I'm like, you motherfuckers. they're like, you would like snore and then you would stop and then you fucking keep snoring and then you were just snoring like a motherfucker, just passed out. And then in the car, he said in the car, I like hit him twice. I tried to like hit him. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. He's like, all of a sudden you would just twitch and like fucking hit me. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah. He's like, you did that shit twice. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, and then you were just like, yeah, you were just passed out, dude. You were like just out. He was like, you literally sat in the car, you put on your seatbelt, and we made like a left turn, and you were just out, like a light switch. It was like, it wasn't even like a gradual thing. You were just fucking snoring, like out, just. I was like, well, yeah, thanks for the ride home. Yeah, so
sounds like a good time.
It was a fun time, man, and like it was good seeing them, and like yeah, it was just funny, like. Hanging out with them, and like so yeah, I'm drinking this cider right now and it's fucking delicious. It's like a blackberry lemon cider. Like it's really fucking good. Yeah, it's like a blackberry lemonade almost, but like yeah, it's just nice. I got 42 ounces of this shit to drink, Gunny.
Damn, that's a good growler.
It's a good growler, buddy. Yeah, it was like $17 or something. Yeah. But yeah, man, that was a blast. That shit was fun, but it was just funny, like, thinking back, like, how straight edge they fucking were. I was fucking gone, dude. Fuck. I'm like, god damn, dude. I never thought I would have got that fucking drunk with them, ever. But it was fun.
That's cool. You were able to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't able to do that, you know what I mean? Or, like, yeah, get to experience that type of shit. And, like, it's funny because, we were talking, and they told me, like, I'm pretty much the only, like foster kid that like they look at like their own kid, you know what I mean? Like they're like, yeah, like they're like all the other ones, like we don't talk to them because they don't talk to us, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them ended up in prison. not gonna lie, I have a few foster brothers that ended up in prison, dude. Like I seen them on the news and shit for like attempted murder and crazy.
Damn.
Shit. I think 2 of them went to prison for attempted murder. One of them stabbed somebody, and the other one ran over 2 people on a motorcycle, but like he ran them over on purpose, like tried to like kill them.
Jeez.
So he got attempted murder for that. Attempted vehicular homicide for trying to fucking kill him. And all over, I think it was for like over $20, dude.
Yeah.
Like they owed him $20 and they tried to take off on the motorcycle and he fucking ran him over. God damn. I was like, dude, that's so stupid. Like, you're not going to spend like, what, 15, 20 years in prison for that? Like,
yes.
Wow. So be careful, people. Don't make stupid decisions over $20, okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Also, Gunny, I bought a new mouse.
It can be replaced.
I bought a new mouse, Gunny. I bought a what the fuck? Logitech G502. It's the wireless one. It's pretty nice.
Wasn't Mayo talking about? He's mentioned a couple times about buying something like that. I don't know if he ever did it.
He did. So he has had this one, and he has the G903, which is the older version of this one. That was the first wireless mouse they ever made. That one apparently was the first one to have the light speed technology, which this one has also. And light speed pretty much just means like low latency. You know, like it's pretty much indistinguishable almost from like a wired mouse. Like there's no latency there in terms of the wireless. But the build, the shape of the mice are both different. Whereas the 903 is more like my old mouse, which is the Logitech. What's the old one? It's the most common one. It was like the old school one, the super popular one, which I believe is what the 903 is based out of. But that was the wired one, and that one's like more like rounded, mousy looking. Looks more like an actual like old school mouse.
Yeah,
that's kind of what the 903 looks like. But they both have the same features. They both have like the unlockable scroll or whatever, like where it's just a free scroll. You can lock it into like have it like clicky when you like roll the wheel. It clicks. Or you can press the button to where you just roll the wheel and it keeps fucking rolling. The DPI can be adjusted up to like to 10,000 or 12,000 or some super fucking high DPI. And then, yeah, you can actually put weight into this mouse. So like it comes default with no weights in it, and then they give you like a bunch of little weights you could put in on the bottom and just like make it heavier, I guess, you know, if you want it to be heavier. I added a couple weights to it. It feels nice at this point. Like it doesn't feel like it's gonna like fucking fly everywhere. You know, like feel pretty good about it. You know, I used to.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never heard of that. Putting weights or a mouse that has that option. That's cool.
So that's pretty. And it's very easy to take them out. Like you literally just pop this cover off and like that, and then you put the weights in here, and then so it's super simple to take off. Like there's no screws or anything needed. What else? So it's a pretty nice little mouse. It comes, with the wired, and if you need to charge it, you just plug it in, and then it works like a wired mouse while you're charging it. It is a Logitech, so it has RGB features with it. The problem is that I'm finding right now is that I have, there's a big problem with my PC, Gunny. So I have a Corsair keyboard, a Logitech mouse, an Asus motherboard, what else? What the fuck is that? A fucking EVGA fucking graphics card, right? Like, everything is different brands. So the RGB is all controlled by different shit. So the RGB in my case is controlled by the software for my case, the NXT software or whatever. The RGB for the mouse is controlled by the fucking Logitech G-Hub fucking software. The RGB for my keyboard is controlled by Corsair's IQ bullshit. The RGB, because my motherboard actually has RGB, it's an Asus, what the fuck is it? Whatever, the one that supports the fucking new Ryzen cards or whatever, the chips. That one has RGB on it. It's all controlled by different shit, and it's really difficult. I was trying to make everything red and white, and I finally got the keyboard red and white. So I got the keyboard, it flashes red and white, and I got the WASD in blue. And I finally got the mouse to have it like, because they have the logo in white, and then whenever like audio comes in, so like when you talk, it'll flash red every time like noise comes through, like the mouse will kind of, the logo will flash on it. And then I got my fucking case to go like red and white, and then I got my graphics card to flash red and white, kind of like at the same speed that the case is flashing. But my cooler was being a little bitch, so I had the Wraith Prism, right, the cooler.
Yeah.
And so they have LEDs on the ring, and they have LEDs on the fan. So I could get the fan to change color to white and red, but I couldn't figure out how to change the ring. The ring was just like a rainbow bullshit. It was like flashing purple It would go purple, green, red, orange, blue, orange, red, pink. It would just go different colors, right? Constantly.
There's no custom color option, or it didn't work?
Well, I downloaded the stupid AMD Wraith Prism software, and it said, your shit's not connected. Please connect a compatible cooler. And I'm like, okay, it's connected, you fucking shit. So, me and my infinite wisdom and infinite genius last night, I was playing with Leahy. Well, I wasn't really playing, but I was on Discord with Leahy, and I was trying to fuck with this, right? So, while my computer was on, I very smartly decided to unplug my cooler. So I just pulled the wire because I was fucking pissed. I'm like, I'm gonna replug this motherfucker in to see if it works, you know. It said plug it in, so I was like, okay, maybe if I plug it into this other slot, it'll work. So I did that, and then it didn't work. So then I plugged it back into the old slot, and you know what happened, Gunny? It wouldn't turn back on.
Uh-oh.
So then I'm sitting there, okay, I'm like, okay, I gotta restart my PC, right? I gotta restart it, right? Like, it's just freaking out a little bit because I unplugged it. So let's just restart. And I'm starting to smell like some burning smell coming from the fucking computer because I have the case open, obviously. So I'm like,
oh shit,
starting to smell like some burning coming. I'm like, what the fuck is burning in there? My fucking CPU.
So get inside the engine when the car's running. Start move.
Okay, guys. So then I turned off my PC, right? Emergency mode. Shut this fucker down. Hit the switch. Shut it down. Replug everything back in. Looks normal. Okay. Burning smell kind of went away. No? Cool. Okay, we're good. Launch the PC. Okay, now the red light flash is on, but the fan isn't spinning. So the computer launches. First thing that comes up and it says, hey, CPU fan error. Please go into your BIOS to check your fan settings. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go in my BIOS. I'm trying to set the fan speed to max. It's not working, dude. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, I'm sitting there for like 40 fucking minutes, dude, trying to get this shit to work. I'm unplugging it. I'm replugging it. I'm Googling shit on my phone, right? And they're like, yeah, sometimes your motherboard needs to BIOS update or something. You could do that either in the motherboard if it's connected to the internet, or you could download the software update and then put it into a USB drive, then plug the USB in, and then flash it over to the BIOS. And they're like, but you don't really ever need to do this. I mean, most BIOS, you know, most motherboards' BIOS work for years and years and years. Like, you don't have to do this every often, you know. And so we were saying, like, no, yeah, I had to do that because my Wraith Prism wasn't working with this stupid fucking BIOS or whatever. And I'm like, okay, maybe I have to do this. And I tried to figure that out, couldn't get that to work. And I wasn't about to boot up my other laptop and download some stupid fucking... I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, right. Go through all those
I
steps.
could do that. I don't want to do that, Gunny. So I pull off the cooler, and that was the hardest thing to ever do, because this thing is, like, clamped in there with, like, fucking latches and shit. I don't know how the fuck I got this on there. But it's, like, fucking clamped in there with, like, all these latches and shit. So, like, I get it off, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, okay. So I pull off the chip to make sure it's not all burnt up, right? And wipe off all the fucking paste off it and shit. And I'm like, okay. Okay. So I you know what? I repaste it, put it all back in. Same cooler, put it back in. Still not working. I'm like, okay, so it's... Okay, so I'm like, this cooler, it's fucked. Okay, I was like, and one of two things. I either fucked up my CPU... Well, I don't think I fucked up my CPU, right? I'm like, I either fucked up my motherboard, you know, the plug-in connection. I fried that. Or Gunny, I broke the fan. Okay, trying to clean it or something. I think I cleaned it.
Most likely.
Okay, I cleaned it by hand. Probably was a mistake. Probably broke it. And I was like, okay, I probably broke the fucking cooler. Now I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure I have another cooler laying around here somewhere. And then I thought to myself, fuck, I sold my last one to Brink. When I sold him my GPU that I had, my 1070. Oh, and I shipped him the cooler. Oh, like, oh, fucking great. Like, I shipped him my cooler and my GPU. What the fuck was I thinking, you know? I'm like, God damn it, I wish I had that cooler right now. So what do? I find this cooler in my fucking, like, over here on this pile of shit you see back here. Find this little cooler that I had, the original cooler that came with my old CPU or whatever, the original one that came on the, you know, with the computer. And I like, okay, I'm gonna install this motherfucker. I'm pretty sure it works. It's just a black AMD Wraith. It's the same cooler as the Wraith Prism. It's just smaller. It's the Wraith original, like the OG Wraith. So it's not as, I don't think it's as big. And it doesn't have RGB. It's just black. And all this is AMD on it, right? So dude, Gunny, to get this fucking thing on there, I thought I was gonna break. Okay, like I'm trying to screw this motherfucker in there, dude. Like it's barely going in, Gunny. Okay, like it's like I have to like side screw, like tilt the fucking screwdriver, and like you know, get it in there sideways, almost cross thread this shit. You know, it's like, god damn, dude. Like, what the fuck? How did people ever even put these fucking things on these computers? You know, and so I get it in there, dude. I clamped the fuck out of it. Like, it's in there, mother. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get it out. I'm gonna have to buy a new motherboard, I think.
It's welded in there.
This motherfucker. And I thought to myself, okay, good thing is, like, you know, every time I buy new shit on Best Buy, I don't give a fuck if it costs me $100 or like $600. If they offer me warranty, I will take it because you just never know. And what I like about Best Buy is they really don't ask any fucking questions. You can literally like punch your computer probably in half and take it and be like, oh, I dropped it. My dog
tripped on the cord.
My dog pulled my motherboard out on my computer and broke it in half somehow. And they'll probably replace it. You know, they don't give a shit. That's the point of their fucking insurance. So I thought to myself, if anything, if I break this motherboard right now trying to get this fucking cooler in, tomorrow I'm going to have to go get a new fucking motherboard. But you know what I was scared of, Gunny? If I broke it, there's a fucking silicone shortage right now, Gunny. How in the fuck?
Oh, shit.
How in the fuck am I ever going to get a replacement, Gunny? There is no motherboards. You go to Best Buy right now, you literally see nothing on the shelf. There's like one graphics card, and it's like the fucking GTX, like, fucking 970 or some old ass fucking 2014 graphics card on the shelf, and there's no motherboards on the shelf. There's like hardly any hard drives on the shelf. There's maybe a few NVMe's. There's hardly any coolers. I saw like one cooler at Best Buy. I might have to go buy it tomorrow. So like a double cooler thing. Might have to go buy that tomorrow. But like, there's no motherboards, dude. So if I take my shit in. Right?
It's the first thing I thought of when you mentioned that, because I thought there's an everything shortage.
Yes.
You can't break anything these days.
Yes. I take the fucker in there. They're going to tell me, well, all we could do for you is give you your money back. And I'm going to be like, fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm going to have to buy some hobo-ass...
console gaming.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy some hobo-ass motherboard, and like, it's going to cost me as much as a new Xbox. So what am I going to do? I'm going to buy a new Xbox instead, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was... I literally, last night I was thinking, holy fuck, dude. Did I just really, like... Is my PC gaming done right now? Did I just kill it by pulling this fucking wire out? Did I just really do this, Gunny? Did I fast track my return to Xbox gaming with this shit? I really thought that. I was like, because I was sitting there thinking, okay, fuck Jesus, if your computer motherboard is fried, okay, if this connector. Because obviously the motherboard is still working. You know, the computer turns on. I'm like, okay, if this connection is fried, you have two options. One, buy an AIO cooler where the connection goes to this other port, or like this other side of the motherboard over here. You know, the wire connects over here, which that cooler might work. Or break the fucking motherboard in half, take it into Best Buy, tell them it's broken, and get your money back, and probably return the GPU that you bought to the 2080 or whatever, or sell it, you know, and sell the case, sell whatever, you know, parts you can, and just call it good. I legit thought that. I'm like, am I at that point right now? Is this that point, Gunny? Is this the point where I just say fuck it and give up on PC gaming?
At what cost, right? That you ask yourself, you know,
yeah,
what cost
I'm
are
like,
you gonna,
how much money did I put
repairs.
into? Yes, like, yes, I'm thinking to myself, how much money is it going to cost me to repair? Like, a motherboard isn't much, right? But then at that point, I might as well upgrade the CPU, which is another, well, it could be another $1,000 if I want the nicest one, or it could be another $500 or another $600 for the CPU, another $400 for it. But I don't want to do that, right? So like, I don't want to spend all this money, because I told myself I want a new PC next year. Like, that's my goal, is to have this PC hold me over till next year. Next year I want a new build, you know? Like, I want a new one. Like, I just want to start from the beginning and have a new build. And I'm going to put this one, like, downstairs or something next to my TV, out of my bedroom or somewhere. It's going to be like my Steam box, somewhere in the house. But, like, I was really scared, man. But I somehow, thankfully, had this cooler laying around. I think because Brink didn't want it. He told me it was, like, some hobo shit. He's like, I don't want that hobo shit. And I kept it. So, thankfully, I had this piece of shit laying around. I still had thermal paste, like, I have like a half a tube still here, like some thermal paste, just chilling.
That's good. It's probably the only thing I'd say that I don't have is probably a cooler in spare.
And then, literally, man, I plugged it in, and I was like, moment of truth, dude. I put it in, I turned on the PC, and it spun right up. That's all I needed you to do, man. That's all I needed you to do, is spin right up. I plugged in the graphics card. Everything's fine. Went into the BIOS. Everything was perfect. They're like, yeah, we're running good. Everything looks okay. I don't overclock my CPU, so it's like I don't really give a fuck. You know, I just needed to stay normal. But yeah, so now I'm at a point where I'm like, should I buy a new cooler tomorrow from Best Buy or Amazon or something? Or should I wait? Should I just keep this one in there? What do I do, Gunny?
Good question. I think. No, I say buy a new one tomorrow. And again, this is going to be your backup, the one that's currently in there now.
Okay.
Right? There's no RGB. There's nothing fun about it.
Yeah,
but it's there when you need it.
It's a good old boy, you know. He's there. He's chilling. He's there. He's like, I'm your reserve. I'm your backup coach. Put me in.
There you go. Right? He doesn't look all fancy dancy and have the nicest uniform.
But you know what? We're in the Super. We're in the Super Bowl. It's the fourth quarter. 15 seconds left. We were down to 5 seconds last time out. Last play of the game. My quarterback just went down. I'm calling this guy in. All right, he's coming off the bench. This guy used to be a veteran quarterback, okay? He was the Aaron Rodgers of his day, and now he's my backup. And now he's going to get in there and win the game for us, Gunny. One last good pass to get to the championship. Yeah.
Gary GPU wins it all, folks.
Yeah, woo!
For the win.
AMD for the win. So yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, yeah, and you know what? I literally took my entire PC apart last night. I had it all apart, Gunny. I took out everything. I was like, you know what? I haven't done this in a long time, and I blew out.
I do. Like, I don't take everything out, but I will. I did clean it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take off all the sides and the front and clean out all the fans. I probably do it once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes I wait a little longer. Depends on how much I'm working.
My GPU was pretty dusty. I was like, God damn, you're dusty. But, like, I don't really
Do you keep cans of air with you?
Yeah, I have two of them. I have one here, and I have a little one over there. But I'm going to buy one of those vacuums because they work much better. These stupid cans of air, like they only work for, like, fucking 5 seconds at a time, and then it's frozen, and then it's like...
Yeah, that's why I have two myself, because
it's fucking
they'll get frozen up or
this shit's frozen now. It's gonna blow up in your hand. Stop spraying it. You know, that's what I always feel like. I'm like, this shit's gonna blow up in my hand or something if I keep fucking spraying it.
My kid tells me that stop going, Dad. It'll blow up. I've seen it on the internet. then I'll turn it upside down and I'll spray it like in the back of the shirt. You know,
fucking shit's coming. But yeah, man, like it's fucking. It's pretty nuts, dude. Like, I was fucking scared. I legit was like, holy fucking shit. Like, I'm done. The Jesus PC saga is over. It's time for the Xbox saga to begin. But nope, it's still going. You thought, motherfucker. You thought, Ryan. You thought you were going to sabotage me, you fucking Canadian. Guess what? Didn't work, buddy. Huh? Didn't work. In your fucking Xbox. Fucking shitbox. Fuck that shit. PS5 and PC for the win. Yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, man, that's the adventures that happened to me last night. Like literally, Gunny, I was up like, I'm like here sweating and shit. I'm like, fuck, how do I get this fucking CPU cooler on here? Like, I legit had a hard time, Gunny. That shit was like, and then like it'll start like, because I got the paste on there, so it starts to like slide off a little bit. And you're like, God damn it, motherfucker, stay on the goddamn shit. And you're trying to line it all back up and shit. You got to fucking screw it. And I'm like, should I really be wearing socks right now? Should I be grounded? Should I?
You were totally tripping up.
Is this thing plugged in? But you know what? Like, all that is bullshit, dude. You know that? Yeah, all that is bullshit, really. Like, don't wear any socks because you're gonna get static in your computer and fry it.
I see that when people post pictures of their PC on carpet.
There's a video I saw, Linus Tech Tips. I always watch that motherfucker. And he built an entire computer doing everything that Reddit said to not do. So, pretty much, it was like, hey, motherfuckers, don't wear socks because you're going to build static on your socks. You walk on carpet. He literally walked on carpet for like fucking 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. And he wore socks and he had static. And he touched it all over his motherboard. He touched all over everywhere. And the shit didn't fucking fry it. He also, like, what was another one? The other one was like, oh, don't, like, get any dust in your computer or whatever because it's going to, like, fuck it up while you're building it. That motherfucker put, like, dirt in there. I think he, like, legit grabbed dirt and poured it in there. And, like, fucking sand and shit. He poured that in there and, like, flipped it upside down. He, like, grabbed the motherboard and smacked it on the table. There was another saying, oh, don't drop the motherboard. Don't let it touch anything, but it's gonna fry it or it's gonna... He grabbed the fucking motherboard and, like, threw it on the table and shit and, like... None of it. The computer's always booted up. Always. Like, another one was saying, like, oh, don't let any of the thermal paste, like, leak out of, like, the edge of the CPU when you... He fucking poured that shit on there, dude. And, like, that shit was everywhere. And the fucking shit was still running like nothing. Like, no, the computer's still booted up, like, no matter what. And he even ran it for, like, 20 minutes. He's like, yeah, this shit still works. Like, he was like, so pretty much all this is bullshit. Nowadays, he said, maybe a few years ago you would have done that and it maybe would have fried your shit. It's like, nowadays shit's built so much better that, like, none of this matters. Really, he said, like, none of it fucking matters. Like, you could do pretty much anything to these motherboards and these things that... He said pretty much the only thing you don't want to really do is break any pins on your CPU or whatever. He's like, but even then, they still work.
Yeah, you can break a couple, I think.
Yeah,
right?
He said like
you can break. Well, okay, not intentionally.
He legit like dropped. He legit dropped the CPU from like a fucking like a 2-foot height or whatever on the table. And he's like, oh, oops, oh, I dropped my CPU and it fucking still ran, dude. Everything ran. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell is the point of all this precaution? So like last night I was freaking the fuck out. I'm like, fuck, man, fuck, should I unplug this thing? And then like a few times I was trying to like I did something where like as soon as I put the CPU into that thing, like, as soon as I dropped it into the slot, the computer booted up. Like it's just like I fucking started going like, holy fuck, oh shit, Gunny, oh where's the power button? Fucking hit the like I don't know what it was. I must have hit the power button, but like like obviously if the CPU is in there, it's not gonna turn on. But as soon as I dropped that fucker in there, it was like fucking like everything lit up and shit. Like, oh fuck, oh no, don't fry it. Whatever. It fucking was fine, dude. This shit was fine. Fucker, probably drop it out the window and it'll probably still work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty durable.
Don't listen to Mayo and his bullshit about PCs being all fucking fragile and shit. It's all crap, Gunny.
Not true, unless the dog like chews on the wire or whatever.
Or something. Even then, you just replace the wire.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what I've been playing. I've been doing. If anything, you've been doing. Have you talked about what you've been playing?
Not yet. Not yet. I was trying to interject there on the Red Dead Redemption 2 online thing, but besides you playing that Blood Money DLC, well, is it DLC or just like an update?
No, it's just
right?
It's just like an update. It's just there.
Yeah. So who knows? I know we did a couple missions. Me and Leahy, and Ghost Nico did some of those, and then we did some classics that were fun. And whether it be with 2 people or 4, I think, even if you have 4, it's just the best, right? 2's good. Playing by yourself, yeah, not so much fun.
Yeah.
But it's one of those games. I definitely do not recommend playing this game alone. But yeah, it was good to get back and like doing some of the train missions, whatever that entailed. But like those were cool, like because I knew exactly where I was going at that point. I didn't end up on a ridge, lost somewhere, middle of nowhere. Bad guy still chasing me down. It's good to get in, kill some baddies, get off the train, get going. Yeah, I did some legendary missions. Um, they seemed like they were easier than the last time I remember. I think even Leahy said the same thing. Maybe they've just like tightened things up to where, even, especially like even the length of those missions, they seem shorter. Whether it's, who knows, maybe even like some of the cutscenes, if they redid them, I'm not even sure. Remember they used to be longer and there used to be more of them, but now they're just faster. It just seems like they get you into the action faster. That's what it was. Especially, and I failed to mention that but I said it before I did. I'm playing it on Steam. We got this running on the SSD. I think it was about 100 gigs. And yeah, I'm using an Xbox controller. My Series S controller. And it works fine, right? It's something I'm used to. I've got the auto aim on. So that helps a lot, especially when you're on the horse. But yeah, fun times. Got it running at 60 frames, man. I'm happy with 60. Would be nice if I could get an updated GPU and get it up to 120. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with what I got, the setup that I have. But enough of that. A game I've been playing just on Game Pass. So I've been playing this on the Xbox console itself, and it's a game called Blood Roots. It's also on Steam. Oh, there is a demo on Steam. If anybody's interested, you can go look at this. But it's just a top-down, beat-em-up, cartoony graphics game where you're basically like, think of this as like somebody who's going to do like a speed run or something. Nothing serious, but how many bad guys can you kill in a level and complete it, in the shortest amount of time possible? But I didn't feel like there were like... So some of the main missions that you do, you'll come in, and the way it kind of works is like you'll pick up items that are just laying around, like whether like, oh, there's a sword or an axe or a fish, or a gigantic skewer, like, and they'll all have like different things. Like obviously the skewer, it's almost like, you're attacking right at the enemy, and you're chaining these different attacks in a short amount of time, of course. So if you don't pick up the next item in time, because maybe the power of that item will go away, then the other guy will come up and just, shank you in the back or kill you like really quick. You're like, fuck. And then it automatically just starts from the beginning of the level. They're not very big levels at all. They're actually pretty quick. So yeah, what would that remind me of? Oh, like a Super Meat Boy, but not, this is more of that top-down style type. So, yeah, it does start over pretty quick, but then you just know what to do the next time around. You'll come in, grab the sword, cut a couple guys up, grab an axe, or a fucking fish, or a head of lettuce, or whatever the fuck it is, right? It's just that corny style of gaming, But it's fun so far. I think I've done like 5 or 6 missions, and then maybe something else that'll come in between that where it'll be, oh, hey, you can go back and replay these missions, and you can wear these hats, right? Like right now I've got like this wolf hat on, and it's not like a ball cap, like an actual, like, who would wear something like that? Maybe, I don't know, if you were in fucking Alaska or something, like a fucking grizzly bear hat, kind of thing hanging over my head. You're a fish hat or something, but they just do different things. So I think the fish hat basically turns your controller like where you got to play it upside down. Maybe just more of a challenge. Or the grizzly one is more, I don't know, maybe you just get more, more time into each item, like it's not going to break as fast or eliminate as fast. So instead of 3 strikes on an enemy or whatever, it might be 4, you know? I'm only assuming that's how that works with the different hats. Could be speed or something in that way. Yeah, there is some platforming. You'll see like but it's clumsy as hell, right? You'll have to. It's just like a simple A or hold A, like a fucking Mario game, right? To jump to the next platform, and you'll be like, "Why am I going up the damn cliff or something?" You know? It's like an old, I don't know, what am I thinking of? Like a Resident Evil like game or something, you know? Like wait, maybe I wasn't pointed in the right direction or something. It's kind of lame in that way because you think, man, I'm trying to keep my deaths down to a minimum, preferably 0 to kind of complete a level, which I'm always having like at least 10 deaths or something, you know? Like, oh, you completed this one and 14 deaths, but you killed like 89 enemies or something crazy, you know? Yeah, but it's not like a procedurally generated game or anything like that. It's always going to be the same, so you'll know what to do when it restarts you from checkpoint. Or at the beginning of the level, boom, go through. You can kill a lot of dudes pretty quick. Because then you'll know where each item is, or which item you want to grab next. But it's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. From what I've played so far. I do recommend the Bloodroots game. So I checked, I think this is on Game Pass on PC and the Xbox console. Let's see, what else did I play? Oh, I've been playing more Project Zomboid. I know Leahy's put lots of hours in this game. I know Nipron's played this as well. But yeah, like, I don't know if this would be a Jesus game or not. It is more of a, you know, a hardcore RPG zombie survival. You know, it's got that top isometrical view to it. You know, it's that fixed view, right? You can't change how it is. It always kind of gets me, right? Where I'm like, I wish I could change, you know, directions on how I view this game, but just one little gripe. But again, that's the design, the style of this game. But I'll stop playing to watch videos on, like, how the hell do I get into a car? You know, like, I have no idea. Every time I go up to it and I'm clicking on it, and it's one of those games where it's, you know, a little more involved, right? Like, oh, either you need some kind of, like, you need to read mechanical books, or you need to find a screwdriver, or, you know, have knowledge of hot wiring vehicles. It's just things like that, right? Where it's a little more detail, a little more in depth. You can break the window. You can then get in the car. I'm like, oh, okay, I had to find out. Press C on my keyboard here. Again, playing on Steam, sorry. Mouse and keyboard. Okay, that's your action button, basically. Gets you in. You know, hopefully you can find the keys, like, in the car. You know, whether they be in the glove board or under the seat or wherever it might be. Yeah, but you'd have to see videos. It's definitely one of those games you have to see to go, okay, kind of see how this works out. Obviously, you've got your... I don't know anything about crafting. Like, as far as, like, any kind of buildings or anything like that. I know that a lot of that stuff is, like, back of the menu is about being a carpenter or, you know, whatever you want to specialize in. You know, you were a nurse, you were a veteran, you were unemployed, you know? I think that's what I chose yesterday or this morning. It's like, fuck it, I'm an unemployed motherfucker. Just get me in the game, you know? I don't give a fuck. I don't care about skill points. Let's just go. And I think at that point you can kind of, like, where you kind of started your run, and you can, like, basically every time you go into these houses, right, you're always finding, like, bookshelves, and it'll just be tons of books on, workshop, you know, wood workshop books, or mechanical books, or fishing, you know, things like that. And you're gaining knowledge by actually reading the book. You know, there's like a little progress bar, you know, right there. It'll show, like, okay, you've learned knowledge, or it'll say, like, yeah, I don't understand. It's too complicated for me, or something. Like, you know, obviously you got to toss that book out, right? It's not going to work, you know, for whatever skill set you have. So, yeah, just different things I'm learning in this game that are keeping me interested.
Nice.
I like it so far. I keep I think I did download. Now, just I did download a couple mods, right? One of them was like I wanted some SWAT team packs and shit, and like maybe some guns to kind of help me out. But I don't know how to operate it, even though I enabled it. I probably need to go back and watch another YouTube video to figure out where I find these items. Do they end up in my inventory? But one thing that really did help me, there was a good mod, and that was a mini map mod, and I don't know if there was like a different map already to the game, but yeah, it was really good. It definitely shows me like where the houses are, because today I just was running around like fucking crazy all through the woods, and I just got bored with it and quit. So I was like, fuck this, man, like this sucks, I'm hungry, tired, there's no beds to sleep in or places to rest, or I'm out of food. But yeah, there's no like saving to this game. So I think as long as you don't die, it'll like put you into a nearby house or something. I think that's the way it works. I really don't know. I've quit out several times and then went back and went, wait, I don't remember my character being named Gunny Smith. Okay. Did I have a golf club before? Who knows, right? So yeah, I'm not sure how like if you can even save this game. But once you die, it'll like, if you try and load up that last save or where it'll say load game, it will just show your character with zombies around it, just getting killed again. So a lot's to learn in this game for sure. Basically, what I want to do with, I don't know, maybe it's just how long can you survive? I think that's what this game is, right? Playing on easy mode. This morning was easy mode. Later today, I did put it up to normal. So, need more of a challenge. I'm not going to play no hardcore. Fuck that. Not into it. Unless I do play co-op. You can play co-op in this game. I think it's up to 4 players. And that looked like a lot of fun, Jesus. Like, I was watching some people on Twitch this past week. And, yeah, it looks like they were just having a blast. And, there's just banter in between the time you can kind of come back to, your house or base or whatever you want to call it. And, yeah, they're just repairing shit, putting on bandages, then going back out and doing some more zombie killing. But, yeah, that is Project Zomboid. I don't know if that's on console or not. I really don't know. Or if I can even play it with a controller. I haven't attempted it. Yeah.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Not bad.
So, yeah, other than that, it's just been my normal stuff. Little Minecraft, some modded Minecraft on PC. Just playing alone. I just go in, just fuck around. That's it. And I get my fix, And some City Skylines and some State of Decay 2, the Juggernaut edition. Go in, create a base, kill some plague hearts, and yeah. Oh, I played that on easy mode, Jesus. State of Decay 2. Just give me an easy mode, man. I'll just go in there, and I'm not looking to go for a complete run. I just want to go in, grab a bunch of stuff, make an armory, and that way I can start producing some soda can bombs or more ammo, stuff like that. And yeah, try to kill all the plague hearts. Fun stuff. That's good. That's a good. I would call that like an arcade sim game, right? It's a good one to go to. Feels simple, but that's all I've been playing.
Nice. Well, Gunny, just gotta try to get to some news real quick. It's news time.
News time. Breaking news.
Big news today, or yesterday, was X Defiant, which is now Ubisoft's free-to-play answer to Call of Duty's multiplayer. That's right. Ubisoft is expanding its it's free-to-play first-person shooting offerings with the new 6 vs 6 free-to-play game that looks a lot like Tom Clancy's Call of Duty. like Tom Clancy's Call of Duty. What the fuck? Looks a lot like Call of Duty. It is called X Defiant, and it stars 3 factions seen in another Tom Clancy's game: the Echelon, which is the Splinter Cell faction; the Wolves, which is part of Ghost Recon faction; and the Cleaners, which is part of the Division; and the Outcasts, who are also part of the Division. Pretty much is being developed primarily by Ubisoft San Francisco. This studio previously made South Park: The Fractured But Whole, and is currently making Rocksmith Plus. Call of Duty Mark Rubin is an executive producer on the game, and Jason Schreider, who worked on the original Rocksmith and South Park, is the creative director. In the reveal trailer, the pair described X Defiant as a fast-paced firefight meets punk rock mosh pits. Yeah. Well, to me, I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I don't think that it looks like a Tom Clancy game, really. It looks a lot like like a Call of Duty. Like, I don't even know why they're calling it Tom Clancy. It's just for the guns, I guess. But yeah. This apparently is going to have character abilities. Every faction is going to have its own abilities and gadgets that will fill different roles in the teams. The Echelon, for example, are support players that can help spot enemies or flank. The trailer has depicted the Outcast as healers, and the Wolves as tank characters that can deploy shield barriers, and the Cleaners as assaulters with big-ass flamethrowers. Every player has a standard primary secondary weapon, customizable with attachments, and you have grenades, plus a gadget and ultimate ability unique to the faction that you're playing. Yeah. It says here, Ubisoft does plan to expand the roster with more factions, including more crossovers from Tom Clancy's other games and beyond. So there's that.
Yeah, it definitely has that COD feel to it.
Yeah.
Why not? Rip them off. Fucking Ubisoft.
I mean, I guess at this point you might as well. You can't beat them, join them.
You might as well, yep.
Another big news, Steam this week announced the Steam Deck. This is a new device by Valve. This is a handheld device. So, there's that. So yeah, Steam Deck. You excited for the Steam Deck?
Not for me personally. I think somebody had asked me that, and I was like, well, we have a question about it later, and I think I will answer that. We have a question from Bill regarding that. The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
But it looks cool. It definitely looks cool.
I mean, it looks like a big-ass Switch. Like a thicker Switch. But bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Q1, if you pre-order now, you can get the 64 gigabyte version. For Q2 of 2022, you get the 256 gigabyte version. And in Q3 is when you will get the 512 gigabyte version. This may vary depending on your region in the world. And yeah. You can reserve one now with the $5 deposit through the Steam servers. Through the Steam page on your PC or whatever. So yeah, I pre-ordered one. I pre-ordered the 512 gig one, Gunny.
Nice.
Well, why?
Good start.
Why? Because it's $5, and
what's the final price on it? Was it $399?
No, okay. So the 64 gig version costs $399. The 256 costs $529, and the 512 costs $649. So the 64 gig will have an eMMC, which is a embedded multimedia card storage option, which is kind of like a micro SD almost style like memory card. So I wonder if these are upgradable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would assume so. But you can also have an NVMe drive in there if you buy the 256 gig version, which comes with one. And also the 516 gig one or 512 gig one comes with the fastest fucking memory and the largest, of course. So, this is going to have two AMD architectures built into it. The Zen 2, which is the CPU, and the RDNA 2, which is for the GPU. So this is some AMD technology. So the Zen 2 architecture is the same one found within the Ryzen 3000 processors, the 3000 series processors, which are not bad. I mean, that's what I had before, and they're still great processors. People still use them today, obviously. With the Steam Deck, it's going to have 4 Zen 2 cores capable of 8 threads, and the RDNA 2 architecture is behind the handheld PC's graphical part. It says here that the Steam Deck comes with 8 compute units for a total of 512 cores. It's not a massive amount, as the Xbox Series X comes with 20 RDNA 2 compute units. 20. But that should be enough for 720p gaming, which this kind of is what it's shooting for. This will have 16 gigs of RAM in it, a 7-inch display, which is a touchscreen LCD screen, a 1280 by 800 screen with the 60 hertz refresh rate, so it can do 60 FPS. It's going to have stereo speakers, a 3.5mm jack output, which is for your headphones, dual microphones on it, a USB Type-C and Bluetooth connections on it. It'll also have Wi-Fi connection on it. Also have a DisplayPort coming out of it, which is kind of crazy. Or maybe you can connect to a monitor, I don't know.
Well, I would think, like, you know, if maybe you're just not at home, or yeah, I guess friend's house, who knows? Connect to a TV, I guess.
Yeah.
No display port. I don't know. Maybe, I guess, would be monitor.
Yeah. Who knows?
Maybe an HDMI. I don't know.
This. Yeah. So I don't know, man, how this is gonna play out. I personally think that it's not gonna do good. I personally think that the way that the buttons are laid out are kind of stupid to me. The way that the thumbsticks are laid out, they're laid out too high up. And the way the X, Y, A, B, and the D-pad are just too stupidly placed on the sides. They're trying to add that stupid touchpad for the mouse input. And it's not going to work, in my opinion. I think that people are going to get frustrated with it, and they're going to realize that a lot of games probably won't support this right off the bat. You might have some titles that do, but they're going to really have to push developers to support this. And quite frankly, we've seen it in the past where developers just don't give a shit if your shit isn't selling well. They just kind of like, whatever, dude. We'll make it for it, but not really. Sort of, but not. Who cares? Ubisoft seems to be pretty good about supporting everything, so maybe they'll be supporting it. But I don't see many other developers doing it. Yeah. This... I think it's going to fail. I really do. I think it's going to go the way of the Steam controller, the Steam Link, all that shit. It's going to just... It'll be here. It'll be a big thing for like a year. 2 years from now, no one's going to remember this thing. Like, oh, yeah, you remember that stupid fucking handheld that they made?
Yeah, so what about the... What was it was the Steam boxes. What the hell were those called?
Yeah.
Was it just Steam boxes?
Those? Yeah.
So... Well, I vaguely remember... I remember seeing them being announced. I remember seeing them at CES and so on and so forth, and then the other electronic fucking con or whatever. But then I never heard anything else.
Yeah.
Maybe because I wasn't following it, like, as a PC enthusiast, but I always thought, whatever happened to those boxes? Like, did they ever, you know, launch, or I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like nobody cared anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
They were just like, fuck, we just want PCs, you know? Maybe that's what it was. People just I just want a PC. I don't want a cross hybrid console thing. I don't know. Maybe that was a consensus on why it didn't sell well. But yeah, I know. I see a lot of shade being thrown on this thing, especially in this article. I don't know, man. It's just, yeah. Who's gonna buy these though? Who would these be for, really?
Quite frankly, I don't know. People that want to play PC games on the go, but don't have a way to do that. I mean, I don't know who it's for. Because
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
frankly, where Steam has fucked up here in this whole situation is, well, not really. I guess they really couldn't do nothing about it, right? I guess where Steam,
hard to tell,
where
right?
Steam,
Let's just take.
where Steam can't compete right now is the one thing that Steam could have beaten. They could have beat the Switch with is Steam could have came out and said all the Steam games that you ever wanted to play are going to be available here, like all these indie titles.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that Nintendo has already fucked them over. They're beating them to the game. Nintendo has had every fucking indie title on the Switch. They don't give a shit. Nintendo
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Nintendo's like all those Steam games that are trash that cost $2 or a penny or 2 cents or $1 or $5 or $15 or $7. They have like every game on Steam on Switch at this point. They literally do. With the exception of like a very little amount of games. Most of the games on Steam are on Switch. They are playable there.
So the Switch, let's say it comes out and it's got that Ubisoft support, maybe EA.
Not the Switch.
I see here on the screen you've got
Steam
Jedi
Deck.
Fallen Order, you got Doom, Control, right? You're probably going to have Game Pass, right? And
okay, but what does that do? What does that do?
I don't know. Maybe
what does that do? What does Game Pass do? Game Pass doesn't do anything. It's just Game Pass. What?
Yeah, I mean, it puts it in a handheld form, I guess, right?
You got it on your phone already.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Is it going to... That's the thing. That's another thing, too. What percentage of those games are going to stream versus be like an actual download? Right? Or is it just going to be...
I mean, I don't see this being for... this is going to fail, in my opinion. They can't compete. Switch has beat them to their own game. This should have came out at the same time, or like very shortly after the Switch came out. They could have copied them, made it, and started just dumping every game on Steam ever into this, which is kind of pretty sure should be available to play on this. And they would have beaten Switch to it. Like, hey, you can play all these indie titles you always wanted to play on the go on this new Steam Deck. That's already doable on the Switch. Like, there's no point for this. There really is not. If a game is not available on your Switch from Steam, it's probably available on your phone or on your iPad. And you want to play on the go, play it on that. And I'm talking almost every game is available on your phone or on the Switch. It's there. Trust me, it's there. Almost every fucking major game is there. But said, with the exception of like a very few fucking porn games and shit, those won't be there. But the rest will be. Trust me, the rest is there. So, yeah.
Or, well, okay, let's just say it. I guess I could put it in a different perspective and kind of just echo what you're saying, especially with, iOS, and I've got the iPad, and, I'm a crapple guy. But yeah, I mean, there's enough games there to keep me entertained, right? That's going to keep me entertained on the go, right? Versus...
And you don't need anything. You got xCloud if there's not enough games for you there.
Yeah.
All you need for xCloud is a fucking controller. Buy that stupid Backbone crap, and now you got a fucking mobile Xbox. Oh, whoa. There's no point for this machine. There really is
I keep that extra controller at my other house.
There is no fucking
because I was wondering
point.
Where the hell were my rechargeable batteries, and I realized, I kept it up there for cloud gaming.
There's no point for this fucking stupid shit. But you know what? I'll resell mine for $1,000 and I'll be happy.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's exactly what I plan on doing.
Buy it for $600, sell it for $1,000.
That's what I plan on doing. I'm gonna resell that shit as soon as I get it. It's going out the fucking door. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even gonna open it. I'm just gonna sell it as is, packaged up, fucking out the door, motherfucker. Who wants this shit for $1,000? Highest bidder takes it. I don't give a fuck. Because literally, someone's gonna buy it. But like I said, watch. I'll give it the end of 2023. There's going to be a fire sale on these things. They'll probably go for $50 on Steam. Be a fire sale. They want to get rid of all their inventory. There's a fire sale. We're done. Whatever. Boom.
You know, I thought. Remember, we were talking about who is in the better position to, go with cloud gaming. I mean, I know that Steam doesn't exactly have like data centers all over the world, like like Microsoft does or anything. But I thought that that's what's going to be their next move, not so much a handheld. But yeah, see how this turns out. See if they can impact the market a little bit. What do we got next year?
I don't want to read. This is kind of lame. Let's move on. Here's some more news. There was a crypto farm, a PS4 crypto warehouse. That's
I saw
right.
Johnny Don't post this, and then I was like, oh, let me make this a news article.
There was reports that indicated that an enormous warehouse discovered in the Ukraine, packed full of PlayStation 4s, was being used to mine crypto. But that's not the case, Gunny. A little further investigation has found that the machines were probably being used to farm FIFA Ultimate Team cards. Oh my god.
3,800 consoles. 38. So were they all PlayStation 4s? All
Yes,
3,800
all
of
of them were, yes.
Why not? Wait a minute. Hold on. Actually, I just thought of this too. I'm just thinking like what somebody would put in the comments, but why not the world's most powerful console, huh? Why would it be PlayStation 4s and not Xbox One X's, man?
Because they don't need it. Because you know who has the more bigger player base? The PS4 does.
Oh, that's true.
And the Xbox.
Yeah.
And players are playing FIFA. And these cards, Gunny, really go for real money. Like, you could buy money in-game to buy these cards, or you can spend money to buy coins to then go to the auction house and say, I see this player who has this gold star rated highest card of this rookie player, or this player that I want on my team, right? I need him for my online team. I want this player. This guy has the golden card. He's selling it for $50. I'll just pay him with the gold coins, and then he can convert that to whatever, his account or whatever, But how are they actually making money on this? This is what I want to know.
Yeah, how does that work?
Yeah.
What's their secret, man? And it's like, I have many questions about it where I think, okay.
And I think in turn, what they end up doing is these accounts that earn all these coins from getting these player cards, when they have all these coins on these accounts, I think then they turn around and sell the accounts. They sell the accounts to people, you know what I mean? So when you go and you're looking, oh, I want 50,000 FIFA coins, well, they'll say, well, buy this account or give us $25 and we'll give you this. We'll send you an email with a password and you could log into this FIFA account bullshit for with 50,000 coins. I think that's what it is. So they farm these cards, they sell the cards, they get all these coins that are legit. When then they turn around and sell that account to people online with the email and a password tied to it, and they make real money off of that person buying that account. I think that's what it is. And if you think about it, they have 3,600 consoles or whatever the fuck, and you're 3,800. That's 3,800 accounts being made before being sold. So think about how many accounts you can make in a month, or how many you can run through and level up. Fucking ridiculous. Probably make a lot of money here, dude. That's why they're doing it. I mean,
right.
There's some money to be made, and obviously some people call it gambling, which of course it is totally gambling. It really is. It's gambling. It's gambling. It's gambling.
Lack of better terms, that's what it is. Yep.
And some countries have banned it, of course, like Belgium. Like in Belgium, it's not allowed. You can't even do it. It just doesn't let you. They don't let you do it. So I don't even think FIFA's being sold there.
Yeah, reading the article down here, Jesus, it does say, if this all sounds like a lot of work just for some accounts and coins, then you may not be aware of just how much money is sloshing around the FIFA community. Last year, for example, EA's Ultimate Team sales amounted to over $1.6 billion across the company's entire lineup, with EA specifically pointing out that a substantial portion was derived from FIFA Ultimate Team. Now, I think we've mentioned those stats before, and even if you go to like your phone fucking app, fucking whatever, Android, Apple, it doesn't matter. There is just like I think there's more than one FIFA game in there. There's several where you can just like fucking buy these cards and play fucking FIFA teams and FIFA football and FIFA soccer and yeah, the list goes on and on.
Yep.
It's crazy. Yeah, the amount.
Same thing happens.
I definitely can see that.
Same thing happens with Madden and all that bullshit.
Same thing. Yep.
In other news, Rainbow Six has been delayed. The Extraction, Rainbow Six Extraction, has been delayed, and their new release date is now set for January of 2022. This was pushed back from apparently this year. It was going to be released in September of this year. So now they're moving it back to January of next year. So just a few months later, they're saying that the reason they're doing this is to embrace the opportunity to take additional time to bring their vision to life. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Come on, just get off your ass and make the game already.
I think they're trying to hype up their stupid new other fucking Tom Clancy game. You know, they're like, oh, we released 2 Tom Clancy games, and no one's going to buy Rainbow Six because they're going to be playing that free game. Duh.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Or what do you think people are going to be playing? Let's move on to some more news. Wow. Pokemon Go Fest returned this past weekend for its 5th year in a row, allowing trainers from all over the world to get out and try to catch them all. Participants were able to join from the fun from anywhere in the world by purchasing a Go Fest ticket in the app to unlock special challenges and events throughout the weekend. Those who did buy a ticket helped put on a virtual Pokemon concert, and then were treated to rotating habitats, allowing for even more types of monsters to catch than normal. Obviously, this year's GoFest was very different from last year's all-virtual event. Niantic decided to a hybrid event this time, and they threw celebrations in over 20 cities around the world, while allowing those who could not make it in person to choose to play at a safe distance to work together towards global challenges. Because of this flexible nature, Trainer hit some very impressive numbers while celebrating GoFest 2021. 1.5 billion Pokemon were caught. Trainers spun Pokestops 900 million times, 23 million raids were completed, and trainers collectively walked over 125 million kilometers. Yes, Gunny, that was 1.5 billion Pokemon were caught over the weekend. 2 days.
Dang.
2 days.
Now, okay, so I was talking to As the Realist this morning. He was on Twitch, opened up his Pokemon cards. I was asking him, like, where he was coming from. He was coming from the Big Apple.
Yeah.
Now he told me he was working. I know what he was really doing.
Was he at Pokefest 2021?
I think he was at Pokefest. I think he was doing some virtual and some real life Poke catching up at the Big Apple.
Nice.
Busted ass. Busted.
Anyways.
But yeah, apparently there was supposed to be like a concert, even an online virtual concert, and that didn't pan out. But yeah, but I heard a lot of positive feedback too from people that had a blast. It was good to get outside and be with other Poke players, catching them Pokemon. That's cool. I know they put them on in big cities. San Francisco, my area, Atlanta, Chicago, New York. Oh, sure. Jesus, I got an article here I want to read.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was there. So, this is some Xbox news, some Xbox greatness news. And I saw Wingman post this too in his group, and this Xbox Life says, thanks to Azure, Microsoft Flight Simulator will be pretty much unchanged on Xbox Series X. It says we're now less than 2 weeks away from Microsoft Flight Simulator for the Xbox Series X and Series S on Tuesday, July 27th. So that is coming up to next week. Let's see here. I'm just going to look down here. It says we can expect a similar level of spectacle on Xbox Series X and hopefully Xbox Series S as PC, then with the biggest difference being that frame rate limitations for non-VRR displays. If your TV can't work with variable refresh rates, then the Series X and S versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator will be locked to a lame 30 frames per second. Let's see here. Oh, the team at Xbox has already confirmed plans to bring Microsoft Flight Simulator to the cloud gaming in the future as well. So I don't know. That's not good. Wait, the Series S hopefully? Come on, man. So what am I getting here with the new Forza coming out? What was it? 1080p? That's going to be my native display.
Yeah.
That's some BS.
Yep.
So what is this going to... I mean, are they just not saying it? But it's probably going to be 1080p for me, right?
Probably 900p.
In my brand new next-gen box.
900p for you, Gunny.
Fuck. It's, again, I'm jumping ahead here. I'm assuming, right? But I'm probably right. That... Yeah, that I got this half-step box, but, and they're going to give me a half-step game, basically. Yes, it'll fucking upgrade. It'll, whatever. It'll fucking upgrade to fucking 4K or, up-res. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I'll believe it. I'll put my rose-colored glasses on, and I'll just say Xbox is the best, and Microsoft Flight Simulators is a fun simulator. But no, so I don't know. There's no mention here that I see either about using flight sticks or anything. But I don't know. Are there flight sticks available for... I'm sure they are, because racing wheels work, for any console, basically, whether it's Xbox One or X or Series X. It's a peripheral that generally connects via USB, so I don't know. We'll see how that works, and yeah, I don't see an issue with that at all. If you run any of those things. But I'm sure most people, like, if they're using any of those peripherals, like flight sticks and wheels and stuff, they're going to be for PC.
Yeah.
It's going to be the most popular place for those types of things. But, yeah.
Well, and the last piece of news that I have for you, Gunny, good old Tencent is back. And they're about to buy Sumo Group in a deal worth $1.27 billion, the companies have announced. This offer will see the shareholders of Sumo Group receive a 513 pence per share, which is 43% increase on the last closing price, which was 358 pence. Tencent already owns an 8.75 stake in the UK games developer, which work includes the recent BAFTA-winning Sackboy: A Big Adventure for Sony and Crackdown 3 for Microsoft. Although Sumo does develop its own IPs, it is best known for its work-for-hire projects, which will continue under the new ownership. This cash acquisition will go through Tencent's wholly owned subsidiary company called Sixjoy Hong Kong Limited. If agreed, Sumo will be the latest public UK games company to be bought out for over $1 billion. Just another name Tencent just put under their umbrella.
Yeah. They've got they have that cash flow. They can do it.
They could do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money. There's pretty much like the only companies bigger than Tencent are like fucking Microsoft. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
them and Apple and but just think of companies with fucking mega millions for sure.
Billions.
Mega billions, sorry.
Billions.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, they make a lot of money, dude. They make a lot of fucking money. Last year... Okay, you want to know how much money they made last year, Gunny?
Yes.
They made, altogether, in revenue, like profits and shit, they made $5.22 billion, which is more than Nintendo and Microsoft put together
Damn.
Yeah, they're the number one revenue maker. Sony was number 2, then Apple, then Microsoft, then Nintendo. And it just goes down the list from there in terms of video game profits.
Man, just thinking about like all the different, all the different pots they have their hands in.
Yeah,
is just
they literally have their hands in every fucking thing. Literally everything. Like, there's probably not a game you haven't played that's not made by Tencent or partly made by Tencent, or a movie you watch that's not made by Tencent.
I've seen them in movie credits.
See them all the time in movie credits now. Don't you pay attention to that shit? You see them.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now I see it.
Hey, fucking Tencent made this shit, or funded it somehow. You know what the fuck? Yeah, it's all there, dude. They own everything. It's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, especially if you're seeing like a movie from like, whether it be Malaysia or Taiwan or Korea or Australia or something. Like I've seen them in there. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, other than that, that's all I have for news.
All right. What else we got here? Not the mail. We got the shorter show here. We got the console corner, guys. Okay. My famous console corner. I call it a console corner, but it's got PC stuff in it. What the hell? PlayStation Plus. You're still good for the month of July for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. WWE 2K Battlegrounds, and I think for PlayStation 5 users, A Plague Tale Innocence. Now, I don't have a PlayStation 5, but I do recommend A Plague Tale Innocence. Go play that. So that's available everywhere, but go play it on PlayStation. It's better. Xbox One. Xbox. Rock of Ages 3. Make a break. That's your Games for Gold. Rock of Ages 3. And your second game, Games for Gold, is Midway Arcade Origins. I think it's definitely the 360. I think it was like a later 360 title. Backwards compatible, you can go play that. And available on Xbox Game Pass. You have Bloodroots. I mentioned that I've been playing that. That's really good. Mm-hmm. And game I have downloaded but have not played yet is Tropico 6. So that is available to play on Xbox Game Pass. Also try out UFC 4 and Gang Beasts. That's a good one. I think the game's fun. Wayman, if you're listening, this game is a lot of fun. Get 4 players in there. Play randoms too. It's fun. It's a blast. It's a good little brawler. Good stuff. Epic Store, always free games, always with their free stuff. Probably played some Epic games as well. I'm always playing SnowRunner on there. Or on wherever else I own that fucking game, man. I'll just play it anywhere I own it. You've got Abduction. So this is a sci-fi adventure from Scion, the creators of Myst. Abducted far across the universe, you'll find yourself on a broken alien landscape with odd pieces of Earth. Explore, uncover, solve, and find a way to make it home. Go get Abduction for free. And your second game, which was already in my library, which was the Off-World Trading Company. Man, I think when I first downloaded Epic Store, this was free. And this one, Mars has been colonized. Now Earth's greatest corporate titans have been invited to build companies to support it. The competition to dominate the market is fierce. In this fast-paced economic RTS from Civilization 4 lead designer Soren Johnson. Go OTC. Get it now. That's all we have for the console corner, guys.
Nice. Well,
we have
what?
On a community question time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
We got some community questions.
Mm-hmm.
First one coming in from Jonathan. Big D or the biggest D Hall? Which one is it?
I don't know.
Either way, he wants to know how much porn are we going to watch on the Steam Deck?
Probably watch a lot of porn on there. It should be available. It should all be there. Yeah, lots of porn.
Yeah, it's an adult fucking handheld system, John. This will be allowed.
Yeah, god damn it, you.
It's going to have YouTubes and Chrome browser. Hopefully it will have a... what am I thinking of here, Jesus? It's going to have a fucking YouPorn app. I don't know. Fuck, whatever it is. Yeah. Click on it. Go.
Yeah.
Brian Tilt Jr. wants to know, how many baby mamas is too much baby mamas?
Anything past 2, I think, is too much.
I agree.
2 should be okay. 3, okay, maybe you're pushing it. Anything past... If you have like 4 or 5 or 6, you're fucking crazy. I had a coworker of mine who was funny. He started working at the place that I work at now. And he was this like young dude. He was like 20... I think he was 24 or 25. He had 6 kids with 6 different girls. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I got 6 kids. He's like, yeah, I got 6 kids with 6 different girls.
Damn.
And he was 25 years old.
Holy cow.
6 kids. 6 different girls. I'm like, did you ever heard of condoms, dude?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard of pulling out, buddy? What's going on, dude? God, it was like, damn, dude, I feel bad for you. I told him, you don't fucking, like, regret that? You know, like, think about this shit. Is it like, are you, like, what's going on here? You trying to conquer the fucking world or something? What's going on?
Right. Something's going on, yeah. Yeah. Trying to plant my seed everywhere I go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the heck? Yeah, how much child support is that? That's my first thought.
That's probably, that's my first thought. He probably doesn't pay any because he's like, I don't know. I think he ended up getting fired. He just fucking always late and shit. I'm like, for a guy that has 6 kids, your work ethic is pretty shit, dude.
Right. Yeah.
like it's really bad. You should really be more motivated to work when you have 6 kids.
Well, either that or, I mean, obviously, you know, if they're going to take 80% of his paycheck, he's probably thinking, oh, well, might as well just go on unemployment.
Not work.
Right. Go work some odd construction jobs for my, you know, whatever. Help his something habit, right? whatever he's into. Maybe you can buy some condoms with that. Sure. That's what I recommend. Yeah, but yeah, definitely 2 on that. And Dead Kamikazes. Bill Gardner II wants to know, how many Steam Decks are we getting and what model did we reserve? I know we talked about that already.
Yeah,
but
I got one reserved. I don't know if like Steam will could I reserve more if I want? Would Steam let me if I said I want to reserve 10 of these?
I don't know. Could you? Yeah, could you? I don't know if there's an option for that.
They might block me, but you motherfucker, we're gonna ban your account. Okay, motherfucker. Anyways.
But yeah, as far as how many I'm reserving, it's probably going to be 0. I probably would never use this thing, Jesus. It would just not be. Yeah, it would just kind of sit in a desk or something.
I would never. I would never use it. I already tell you that. I would use it once, and then I would never fucking touch it ever again. Like the Switch, it's just gonna sit there and collect dust and be the fucking dust collector. That's why I'm gonna sell it. I already made up my mind.
Yeah.
Before I even got it.
When I leave this room, which is where everything is, right? And there are times where I will be in the living room and I've got my old 360 hooked up. I'm like, I'm going to go play some Need for Speed Crash. That's what I'm going to do. Or I'm going to go play some Need for Speed, fucking Forza Horizon, or Forza fucking 3 or something. You know, something that's not backwards compatible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's usually the way it works. It's always, I'm playing something on there that's cannot be played on an Xbox One or Xbox Series S. Sometimes that's not true. It might be an arcade title that I just want to fucking play it in 1080p or something, but most of the time, no, it's going to be all my gaming's here. Anything outside of it, man, I just keep tripping myself up here because I will play shit on my fucking iPad, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't play stuff on the go, I guess.
Neither do I, so I don't have,
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm always driving, I guess, everywhere.
Yeah. So
And when I stop driving, it's like it's going to be some mobile game. But man, I had that Switch for a while. Yeah, it just did not work out because it was like, like it just sits there. Like, oh fuck, let's buy the same game we already have. Okay, fuck yeah, let's do that, right? I mean, the only thing that I think I really miss out of that is Mario Rabbids Battle, and I never got Mario Kart. I wasn't sure how much I wanted to invest into this device, right? Shit, what else did I buy? Some other stuff that I really enjoyed that I do miss playing, you know? I wasn't a big fan of whatever the Zelda game was, but didn't catch me. Didn't capture me, so.
okay.
No Pokemon either. Darn it. I'm good with my Xbox, my PlayStation 4. That Oculus, Jesus, it's still sitting there. I don't know, what do I do with that thing? I've turned it on a few times, but Kyle doesn't even play Beat Saber anymore much on it. I just sell it. Just sell it on face. I don't know, somewhere. We'll find a place to sell it. Get a couple $150 out of it. Who knows? That's all we got for questions, guys. That is all we got. I think it's the end of the show.
Anyways. Yeah. Well, the mail wasn't here today. He's out doing something. I don't know things mail does. Don't ask me, okay? I don't know.
He does Ohio things. Whatever they do in Ohio in the summer.
I don't
race cars.
What do Ohio people do for fun? Ohioans, I don't know, man. They seem kind of weird to me. It's like a weird place over there. I don't know if it's even real. It's fucking Twilight Zone land. But yeah, go and find him on everything as the Mayo on Twitter. Just Mayo. Just find him. Discord. Join our Discord. Find him in there. Where can we find you, Gunny?
Go find me on Xbox, Steam. You play as gamertag Gunny Chief.
Gunny Chief.
One word. And PlayStation. HGP_Gunny.
Alright. Well, I am JesusWalksAlot on everything. Just find me. JesusWalksAlot. Anyways, with that being said, we'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers Podcast. Peace out, Brussels sprouts. Have fun. Stay safe. We love you. We'll be back for sure next week with more shit.
Controllers and go to work.
Bye.